Hello.
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 Okay, that's it for game.
Goodbye, everybody. Woo!
We did so good. We did so good.
Oh man. Speaking of friggin' fucking game is happening.
Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah. It's a little bit late. We're actually having game a day or two late because of only FOMO.
Yep. I don't give a fuck. I don't even care.
So if there's any complaints or assassination attempts, it should be quite easy.
Come here, I will fight you, and I will get you.
Should be fine. It should be quite easy to know who to
If you
point
want to
those towards.
assassinate me, come get me. Let's see what happens.
I'm
man.
not one to assassinate. I would never. I don't want to.
Yeah, I know you would never. Your things seem to be gaslighting, kidnapping, and eye stealing. I'm over it, okay?
Those are my things, aren't they? You're correct.
The first time you say that.
It's like, now that you mention it, I guess those are my things, huh?
This is who I am.
Wow, I have a lot of things to think about.
You have to do a lot of self-reflection.
Nah, let's go over here. Let's go into the room. Who wants to tell me
Never
what happened
think.
last time?
All right, but it's gonna be long.
Okay.
All right. Better be.
First, we tried to evade the gargoyles, but Fabio and I got jumped. We
Excuse
weren't
me.
doing so hot.
They are Lapis, Apid, Melliferia. Otherwise known as Lapids.
Thankfully, we got saved by grown-up pure boy Ninja Turtle.
Him right there.
His name was Monklo, I believe.
Monkey-O.
Yo.
Monkey-O. You see, the low was from us getting confused.
Yeah. We put his name on here. Monk.
After saving us, he's like, hey, you guys need some help and all that, and Veli's like, oh yeah, we surely need your help. In fact, why don't we have dinner and talk about how much we need your help? Well, I could do dinner. Well, then I'll see you later. That'd be great, actually. Yeah. Then start going into town, and at first there was no giant colossal building, and then there was as soon as we entered a barrier.
Look at that giant colossal building.
It is giant and
And-
colossal.
And in this town, we decided to do a little shopping. While shopping, the shopkeeper shows us a bunch of items, which they're like, yeah, these are items. And Law's like, oh yeah, they're items. And then went like, those are items. We'll take
He did say
all
that.
of them.
Look at all those
That's
items.
like, this junk?
Yes, I would like all of this junk. It could be useful in our adventures.
All right, here's all our money. Okay. And then we lost all our money, and then Law's like, guys, the shit's magical. We could sell this. We'll probably just use it. All the shit is magical. It's more valuable than what we spent. Well, I think we should get money, said Cavelli. Fabio agrees. We should go on.
Why did you put this in a way that makes it sound like it was my idea? I feel like there's something going on.
I was trying to take the blame for it because it wasn't my fault, but if we're just gonna let you take it, that's
Alright, okay.
No, Cavelli said we should go get money, and Fabio's like, well, I think we should do it by doing a quest. And Gavelli's like, I think we should burgle. I think we should do a quest because that's moral. Like, sure, yeah, let's do the moral thing. You just go in front of me, and I'm gonna go this way. Law's like, oh, come on. I gotta keep an eye on her. I'm sorry, I gotta do this. And Law follows Cavelli because Cavelli doesn't know what she's doing. Well, or maybe she does, but Law's like, I gotta keep an eye on this, like, girl thing.
Bang! On whatever this is.
They don't like each other yet.
I think everybody hates each other, actually.
Except Fabio. Everyone respects Fabio, even if they dislike his choices in morality.
I think everyone hates Fabio specifically.
Why did they hate me? I'm just a good boy.
Ask them.
It's because I'm an artist and they hate filthy artists.
Because I was an artist.
I don't know your racism yet, chill.
It's because you were.
I don't know your alphabet.
Anyway, yeah, that's about it.
That's true. That is about it. At the very end of game, you guys had split off. Fabio and their friend Kyle are gonna make their way over toward the guild hall, I believe. And you two started walking off toward random passerby because I guess Cavelli's gonna try to rob them, and we'll see what happens there. There's definitely not anything in town that could possibly stop you from doing anything untoward to its people.
Oh, that's good to know. It's good to know that.
I'm sure everything will work out fine.
You're really being very supportive this time around.
Yeah. Anyway, as I am giving you your two spellations, otherwise known to be the... Why are they not named? Why are your spellations not named?
Because of woke.
We can't say woke anymore. You have to say like because of Marco Rubio or something.
All of them. None of them are called Wounded Inspirations anymore.
What the hell?
What the fuck happened?
Community's dead?
Oh, what the fuck? I didn't change that.
Who killed a Wounded?
Oh, we're sword free.
The murder of the streamer.
A Wounded is the Bodhi of that one. Turns out a Wounded's last name was Bodhi.
Unity holds a streamer party and everyone invited to it is stuck in a murder mystery.
See you guys in October. So with that being said, let's go ahead and throw ourselves over at Cavelli. Cavelli,
All right.
you are making your way off. Law is following after you, but you don't necessarily 100% know that yet. I would like to know, Cavelli, what you want to do, and then I will see if Law is going to do anything in response to what you were trying to do.
She's just gonna stalk the people a little bit, start seeing like everyone's mannerisms and all that.
Law, you see Cavelli go over and start people watching.
Oh, that's fine, I'm sure.
In the shadows.
In the
the
shadows.
alleyway.
In the shadows.
Yeah. In the shadows. Okay, I'm seeing her. I'm keeping an eye on her. People watching.
They're just doing some people watching. And nothing to see here yet. Everything's fine.
Probably notices Law and just kind of gives a looks around, just kind of goes like motioning with their body. What are you doing?
He's pretending he can't see you. He turns back to Toledo like he was somehow talking to it.
Toledo is looking over at you. You see that they seem to be staring directly over in Cavelli's direction as Cavelli is making arm movements. They begin to make arm movements back at them, but because they don't have any hands, it's less useful arm movements.
Cavelli then does the come here motion.
Toledo looks to you, Kyveli, and does the come here motion.
And then does that no, and then you come here.
They make a shrugging motion and tilt their head.
Mime stamping their feet, but doesn't actually stamp their feet.
They look forward and put their hand over toward their face and sort of like start to waver a little bit around as if embarrassed.
Rolls her eyes, then starts going back to people watching. And is specifically seeing if she could get a clear path to the shop they were just at.
The shop you were just at is right over here. Remember, it is not a shop, it is a storage facility. This person here was doing storage facility things. You could definitely try to go around the alleyway here to like get back here if you'd like.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Okay. As they go down the alley to go around, are you following Law at all?
I don't know where she's going. I'm afraid to follow, but if I don't, I will lose her. So I have to follow her.
You and Toledo make your way over and follow them into the alley and behind what you guys understand to be a restaurant. As you guys do, you will find that there are several people moving things in and out of the back of the restaurant, mostly seeming to be different things of food stuffs and whatnot. As you walk your way through Kyveli, you get over toward the edge of the corner here and you look off and around. You now see that you are a lot closer to the opening of the storage facility. It is right through here now. Law, they are staring over at the storage facility.
I'm sure for no reason whatsoever.
For zero reason at all.
For zero reason.
Can I roll to see if I notice Law behind me?
They are making, from what I understand, no effort to hide themselves.
Yeah, not hiding at all. It's just.
Veli's then gonna go around the corner right here.
Okay.
They have disappeared from view.
I have object permanence.
He's waiting.
How long are you going to wait, Kyveli?
Yeah, how long are you gonna wait?
Law, like a random person walks by you to like take things into the back. They're just like, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
They just walk by you.
The moment you move, by the way, I'm gonna spend the mana. You hear a pss, pss, pss.
You wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
Do I hear that you're casting some kind of a spell?
I casted a mirage and went pss, 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 pss.
Oh no. Kyveli, you move out from your corner. As you get to about the boxes here, you hear pss, 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 pss.
Twitch. He's in the cloak. And then grabs a knife and puts a knife to the cloak's neck.
To Toledo!
You see Toledo as they look to you. You grab them. They put both of their arms up.
You're still following us even here.
Hello,
They nod.
Law, he's in your cloak.
Toledo, I will believe so, yes.
Oh, not Toledo. Him. The one that tormented us during that.
I put another mana out, you hear another one of those.
Oh, you don't have to, I believe. Let me look at the Mirage real quick.
I just use it. I just do it as a free action from now on.
I believe there's a limit. It lasts for around a minute. A minute
Yeah.
extra magic stat. So for you, you can do this for
4 minutes.
yeah, about 4 minutes. Oh no, is it
Cavelli
plus
then
your
looks
magic
around-
stat? No, it's time your magic stat. Yeah, you can do it for about 4 minutes.
Cavelli then looks around, probably notices they're no longer undercover.
How you doing? I walk by.
Look, it's over between us. You and me, we're over. And Cavelli motions to get into the alley.
Did you break up with Toledo?
Toledo falls to their knees, brings their hands up to their face.
Toledo, I'm so sorry. Just born, and already has suffered such catastrophe.
Where are you headed, Cavelli?
In the alley, wanting Law to get in the alley.
I'll get in the alley. I don't like being in alleys, but it seems like you're gonna make me. Come on, Toledo. I'm sorry about your heartbreak.
You guys hear the sounds from the stables. There are the sounds of horses and other such animals on the other side of the wall.
Spirit is in your cloak. They're doing the thing.
Spirit, it's just Toledo and I.
What?
It's just Toledo and I here. There's no other third person.
Who's doing the
Could be anyone.
They're in your cloak. You have to abandon it. You have to desummon it.
They fall to the ground. They put their hands up to their face.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Toledo.
They're using their magic to connect to us. We brought them in the town.
You're
Now
being
they're
quite
gonna-
crude for something that was born 3 days ago. I'm going to be honest with you.
You do know whenever you go and read the thing where is your stupid dang, there it is, over here, the Toledo is a spirit.
Yeah.
It is not something that was just born. You summoned a
It's
spirit
something that
already
died.
existed.
It's something that died 3 days ago.
This is a unique spirit, something that already existed, that you called forth. So this is its personality of whatever is inhabiting this form.
For something that came to hang with us 3 days ago.
If you hate it, you can get rid of it forever.
I would never do Toledo.
Look,
Go walleyes.
look, they're just disrupting us. If you don't desummon them, then they're gonna just do the thing and then distract me, get me
You hear it again.
like that. And how are we gonna pick that lock you've been eyeing? I know you've been eyeing it. I've been eyeing it too.
What lock are you talking about?
The lock, the one you've been eyeing, the one that made me stop stealing from him because obviously there's something better there.
I'm not following.
The special lock,
lock.
Cavelli, the one that was there that you guys had tried to mess about with, was the things you guys bought was what was behind that lock.
Yeah.
So there's nothing else there.
It's empty. The lock is still there, I guess.
Because you guys bought everything.
No, I know.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
I believe that's all that was in there. We had bought the rest of it.
You told us there was magic items. You're telling me there was no illusory items in there? You weren't just eyeing that lock for other reasons?
The lock was also magic, but that's besides the point.
That's why you were eyeing it.
I had told you guys out loud. But it seems that something about that area, or maybe the lock itself, made you not believe me.
I thought you were just saying that in front of Fabio.
Why would I say
was
that in
gonna-
front of Fabio?
You know, to not break his heart.
To not what?
I thought you had the eyes of a thief.
What are you talking
I feel
about?
so stupid right now. I was gonna go into an empty safe, pretty much.
Because we bought it.
I know. I thought there was some magic invisible item we could steal together. I thought that was why you were following me. That's why I was trying to get you into the shadows, because you weren't being sneaky enough. I thought...
I'm trying to get you back to the group because you separated.
And it's not because we wanted to let Fabio think we weren't criminals.
I believe that you might be, yes. Self-described, actually.
At least there's that. Now what? I should have just stolen our money back then. Oh, I feel so
I
stupid.
was actually surprised you didn't.
Again, I was seeing you eyeing the lock, and I'm like, oh, there must be a magic item there that's gonna be even better.
Do you want to go look at the lock?
Did the lock look valuable?
It's magic. I don't know how to open it if it's already closed. But we could stare at it and maybe it will make you feel better.
Maybe a little, yeah.
Let's go stare at the lock.
You guys want to make your way over toward the storage area?
Yeah, let's go look at the fucking lock.
You guys will find yourselves going over to the other side of the storage area. I'm guessing you're not going to go too close to the actual person,
For reasons.
but you would find that Mr. Peanut here is
Mr. Peanut.
sort of just at this point sweeping out the empty safe that he took all the things out of.
I should have stole it earlier. There's a perfect time. Now there's no perfect time now.
Then it would be good for us to turn back and go back to the guild.
You have to bring something. Spent all that money and I didn't do my job. I'm gonna feel guilty if we don't bring something.
That's your job?
At the Burgle. You've been on a quest before, right?
This is my second one, technically.
Tyvelli,
Yeah.
I would like you to roll me for your negotiation, please.
Okay. Hey, we're going to Burgle me? That is
14 plus 2, that's a 16.
that was still a dice tower roll, even if it wasn't in the dice
As you
tower.
guys are talking about this, you guys find Toledo floating over toward them.
Let's see what happens. What's Toledo going to do?
Toledo floats out in front of the mans, in front of Peanut. Peanut looks back toward Toledo. They seem to recognize Toledo, as, you know, you guys just showed up with Toledo earlier. Toledo seems to put their hands out toward them. Peanut looks confused. However,
He's
I'm
gonna
gonna-
attack!
Toledo's learning Burgle.
are you wanting to interrupt this, Kyvelli?
Unfortunately, Cavelli still thinks the spirit of the other guy's in there.
What are you doing?
I'm grabbing him. What are you doing?
Toledo just looks at you.
I saw it in your eye. You were about to attack him, weren't you? Just like you were attacking me with your goddamn piss.
You see
You
that
hear it
Peanut
again.
on the other side of them seems to be holding a glass in their hand. And it looked like they were about to be giving it to Toledo.
What are you doing here? Takes the knife to the rope. Answer me.
They put their hands up.
I'm so sorry. We brought this fool from the forest, and now I don't know what they were going to do to you, but I apologize.
No problem.
I don't know what he was gonna do to you, but I'll make sure you're safe.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
No need to thank me. This is my responsibility. But I don't know how to destroy it. Law, come here.
He's acting like he can't hear you. He's not getting involved in this.
Damn it. I don't know magic. It's threat.
What are you doing?
Could you
Takes out
could you not hold that person hostage in front of my place of business, please?
hostage. Don't you understand they were attacking you?
They don't have any hands. I don't know what they were gonna do. I was just gonna hand them this glass. Holds up like a single glass. It looked like they were begging.
They were just begging.
Yeah, they walked up and they pointed to the register, and then they put their arms together. I don't. It kind of looked like a begging pose. I was honestly just gonna give them this to have them go away.
Of course. They would be begging, wouldn't they? They wouldn't have had money all that time in the forest.
Hey, I don't know what this is, but I need to clean this place out for my customers. They will hold the glass out toward you, Kaivelli.
Just take it so you leave.
Hey, if this is what's happening, I'd like to return an item.
We don't. I'm not a merchant. I don't buy items. I sold you all the things from the storage. I can't take that back.
Even for a little glass, I just learned that this, even if he was annoying me and tormenting me, he doesn't know this life.
I instruct Toledo to bag.
Here.
Toledo puts their arms together in a begging motion toward the other person.
Here. He needs it more than me.
Here's 2 glass. Never come back.
Very well.
I don't know what this is. Here's 2 glass.
Please leave.
I'm sorry.
Go away.
Or a spirit. I got caught up in my own selfish desires.
Please.
As they start leaving.
My fucking god, what the fuck is going on
cool,
over there?
Highway robbery is what's happening.
We come from a horrid upbringing like I did. Don't know the city life. They didn't even know how to ask for glass. They were just begging after all.
They being held by you try to move their arm over towards your shoulder.
Look,
You
I
feel
don't
a
know how long we have to stick with each other. But as long as you don't do that thing, then you cooperate. I don't know what you're up to. I didn't know what it's like to be poor.
Toledo nods.
Let's go, Law.
No, okay.
I'm too emotionally distracted to burgle.
Toledo hands Law the 1 silver that they got. Or the, not silver, the
Thank
1
you.
glass that they got.
Thank you, Toledo.
Kivella, you have your 1 glass that was handed to you as well.
Oh, this is yours. Get yourself something nice.
Did you give it to Toledo? They hand it back to Law.
Thank you, Talia.
True. They are a third party. That way we could both trust where the money is going.
Nods.
So that's why they say lawyers are leeches.
So Fabio.
Yeah.
After the stupid improv skit.
So Fabio, you were
Yeah.
making your way over toward the guild. As you do, you are being followed by Kyle. As you approach, you would again, just like before, see what appears to be Monkey O looking over at what appears to be a board, some kind of bulletin board of some sort. There is the doorway going inside. There are lots of people on the inside of the place, just sort of hanging out, doing their thing. What exactly are you wanting to do?
I'm gonna go over by Monkey O to look at the bulletin board because that seems like the very obvious. Here are jobs on the bulletin board or current events or something that is of useful information.
You make your way over toward Monkey O, over Monkey O's shoulder, which again is very hard to do because he's around as tall as you are and twice as thick. You find that looking around the bulletin board, there does appear to be mostly cleanup jobs. As you look at the board itself, it seems there's a lot of manual labor jobs that seem to be moving debris, moving wood, moving stone, that kind of thing. Not a lot of other things seem to be there, as Monkey O is looking it over as well, seemingly with a bit of a puzzled look.
Monkey O, good to see you again.
Oh, you were
Fabio.
Hello.
I see there's a bunch of cleanup jobs. It's only cleanup jobs. Interesting.
Oh yes, it's because of the fissures.
Oh shit. My headphones literally decided that moment, hey, let's cut out for a minute.
It's because of that.
The accidents.
I just love. It's because of the fissures. Oh shit.
Oh, shit.
What did he say? I'm sorry.
Oh, that's because of the fissures.
Ah, the fissures?
Yes, we've been having some issue with what appears to be different kinds of earthquakes and other such things quite lately, and they've been opening up holes throughout the city, fissures going down below.
Down below? That's not particularly good, is it?
Mostly it's just going down into the under level of the city, which is the sewers and things of that nature. That being said, there was a rather large one that happened near one of the noble manors just a few days ago, and it seems as if they've overwhelmed the outside bulletin board with just a whole bunch of hoopla about that. Unfortunately, all of the good jobs are inside. Stupid dog, you made me look bad.
And I'm guessing that in order to gain access to those, you would have to join the guild officially.
Oh, if you want to take on any of these, you have to join the guild.
Oh, even the cleanup ones out here.
You could probably just show up and they'd probably put you to work. These don't seem that important, but legally, yeah. But it's fine, because I'm already a part of the guild.
That is right. You are part of the guild already.
Are you not a part of the guild, Monkey O? Oh, I am. I'm not allowed to go inside.
Ah, I see. Is there a specific reason why, or is it more because of other reasons?
It's mostly because most people in there think I'm a Dragovic.
Ah, that I see, yes.
They don't take too many looks toward me, and whenever I try telling them I'm of the turtle tribes, they're like, then where's your shell? And I point, her, and then they think that I'm telling them to suck me off or something. I don't know.
But it's literally right there.
He like makes like a motion toward his crotch area, like, her.
Okay, we might see the issue.
It couldn't be the gesture itself that's the problem.
I
It must
mostly
be very weird.
I mostly just don't think that they're going to listen much. Once people have their ideas, they sort of just go with those. I know the one on the inside, though. He usually brings out the missions around this time of day. But at the same time, it's difficult. The ones in charge here can't really do much without help from the ones over at the tower. And most of the time, whenever I go in there, it just starts trouble.
Because of the whole Drakovic thing.
I'm an adventurer that has scales and other things and whatnot. Most people think that if I'm not a Dragovic, then I'm most likely going to become one. They think that it's either me being a Dragovic or that I have some kind of malady. Which
I
neither
see.
is true. I've never even been down to that far in the Quietmarch. I like to call myself a sort of a small town, above ground kind of dramatic hero, you know?
Oh, I
Dramatic
see.
hero. Oh yeah. All right.
Well, things don't seem to be treating you that well here. I'm surprised that you haven't gone off to Arswick yet.
Oh, I've been around there. Mostly I just stick around here because there's more things to do. Most people who live around here have some kind of magical talent, though, because of, I guess, just the area about this place. So most of them get taken up by the academy. So there is actually quite few adventurers around here that will take many of the jobs. So despite the fact that I can't go inside and I have to take whatever's left over and around the midday as we are doing now, it's honestly still better work. Not to mention, when it comes to Arfwisk, there is still the one in charge of the roads there, and he is not much better to deal with.
We've heard.
At least here, there's infrastructure about that they can't ignore too much.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem usually is that kook of a noble over in the center of town. Not going to lie, I'm not shedding any tears over the fact that he lost parts of his manor.
I was gonna ask if it was the same one. He's a cook?
A cook?
Or kook?
A kook.
A kook. Sorry. He must have a very poor reputation then if you're not too fond of him.
I try not to have too much issue with those about me, but he rubs me the wrong way.
Really? In what way?
I guess the best way of putting it is he takes away a lot of the wonder of being an adventurer for a lot of people.
He takes away the wonder of it? Like, what, is he like a retired adventurer then? And he's... I don't get it.
You're pretty young as well, so maybe you don't understand too much, especially if you haven't joined the guild yet, but the guild is wonderful. Going off and adventuring, doing your duty, saving people, it's great, but he just mostly seems to come by whenever there are new meat about, and after they've even done one or two small jobs, he buys them out. Some people say that at this point he has the largest standing army in the entirety of the circle. But none of them would be much aid to him against any actual threats, like, going against the academy or even going against another town, but they stick around him and his money. If you know what I mean. It's hard for a young adventurer to say no to the kind of coin he's willing to toss about.
and in your position, you either hate him too much to take his money, or he has never offered you any because of the jacket.
Oh, he's offered. If there's anything, he understands the strength of those around him. One of his most admirable qualities is the fact that he has some Dragovics working for him. That being said, I wouldn't call that much of a good point in his favor. Like actual Dragovics, not myself.
I see.
That being said, as I mentioned before, it's difficult.
Then, why were you on the bridge and in time to be able to help us earlier then if you were supposed to come here? That seems quite a far distance.
It's biding my time. As I said, the jobs here won't be able to come available to me until I bring them out to him. You hear a voice behind you.
Oh.
Let me go and grab a person.
Spawn that thing.
Where the fuck are you, you piece of crud?
Oh.
Like, where actually are you, you piece of crud?
That's a thought that just occurred to me.
You fought?
The issue that he is having is that they won't let him in because
I
they
forgot
think
that
he's
he doesn't have a
Dragovic.
thing yet.
But we know of a guy that apparently is a kobold man, but
Yeah,
can
we'll say-
somehow prove he's never been into the underground bit. Should probably ask him how we can prove that specifically at some point if we see him again.
He sure does say he can prove it.
He
and
sure says he
people
can.
sure do tolerate him.
People sure do
He
tolerate.
does seem to say a lot of shit.
You see what appears to be a mage making their way out from the inside. As they do, they seem to be wearing the same color of robes as the one you had met inside of the forest whenever you had gone through there before. In his arms, you see several scrolls that seem to be mostly picked through, as you note that there's only appears to be 2 different scrolls that he's carrying. As he looks over toward Monkey O and then looks to you, he gives a smile and a nod. Good day to you.
Good day.
If you don't mind. He makes his way over toward the bulletin board and begins to open up the 2 scrolls and put them up. Anything good? You're not gonna much like it, unfortunately, yo. As he places the 2 other jobs on the board, you find that one of them appears to be making sure I am correct on this. No, it legitimately says gerbil. Okay, one of them seems to be finding a lost gerbil. And the other one seems to be a bodyguard recruitment. However, whenever you look at the bodyguard recruitment, you note that it seems to have the same signature as all of the other jobs that are currently on the board. As he looks it over. Farman. Sorry. There were a couple of other things before, but they've been picked. Even the one I tried holding out for you isn't here. He looks it over. You see him swiftly take the gerbil one before looking back to you.
Fine.
Sorry, kid. This payload's mine.
Salute. Good luck with your search. They can be very difficult to find.
They're very small.
And it doesn't really pay very well. It doesn't matter. Someone needs help. I'll be on my way. I gotta come back. I have a hot date tonight.
Yeah, he does.
Good for
He fucking what now? No.
Yes, one of my party, we met him on the bridge. They seem to hit it off in a certain way.
And you would be?
Oh, I'm Fabio.
Hello there. He brings his hand out towards you. And I'm Kyle. Nice to meet you, Kyle. We are in a bit of a pickle here. Unfortunately, most of the good jobs are not going EO's favor at the moment. He's most likely going to run out of his savings soon.
That's very rough for him.
I keep telling him that we can have him come inside. I can deal with a few rowdy patrons. They shouldn't be turning anyone away, especially when there's no proof of any kind of malady or anything. At the same time, he doesn't want to cause a fuss for anybody.
I can understand that.
I'm having a bit of a problem with it. I mean, I understand that. I mean, I've been around here before. I know, well, not here in specifically, but around guild halls before. People are usually iffy about that kind of thing, but yeah, nobody wants to ruin their careers, right? Everybody so far, if you even show even a small sign of a malady, most adventurers try to steer clear of you. But I've been with EO for years at this point. If anybody should have anything, it should be me, right? That isn't inviting you to look me up. I don't have I don't have a malady.
To be clear, I don't either. I'm an artist.
Usually I'm not going to say it's easy to tell, but the malady is much different than any kind of celestial manifestation like yourself. That being said, I didn't realize, honestly. People around here are kind of crazy. You'll get used to it. I haven't seen you in the circle before.
Nope, we just arrived today.
There are quite a few people around who can say that they have some strange lineage. Ardit is a different story, but there are plenty of people out there you might be able to find with any kind of strange oddities, such as antennae, whiskers, wings, things of that nature. Yours, however, do look quite more full than the ones I'm used to.
I know, I'm very, I guess they would say blessed with it.
I've caught him preening.
But yeah, you have to. It's, it's important.
Well, there you go. I'm gonna go back inside and grab anything I can to bring back out here, but at the same time, there's not much. I wish the ones over at the tower would make their way back here soon.
The other adventurers or
no,
guild workers?
Some of the Templars are supposed to make their way over here. We don't get a ton of outside missions unless they're, I guess the best way to put it, unless they're provided for or gone through by those over at the tower.
I see.
But we should be getting anyone anytime now. And once we get the influx of missions from the outside, EO can probably make his way out and about. Until then, we only can worry about the ones we have here.
A lot of these have the same signature on them. I mean, most of them, all of them actually.
Yeah,
They're all for the same mansion?
That's Farman. He's a bit of a big deal around these parts. One of the richest guys in the circle. We don't really know much about him except that his grandfather was a accomplished adventurer, and he's been basically set up for life because of it. There was a fissure a few days ago that seemed to have wrecked a part of his house, though. So he's been getting a lot of people to try to come and, oh my god, try to come and help. The dogs in the background are fighting. Oh, geez.
So each of these job requests from the same person for the same thing, is it just like each one is just a person specifically helping with a specific part, or is it all just basically come help multiple times over and over again?
One of them appears to be for contracting work. One of them appears to be looking for carpenters. Some are looking for muscle to drag things about. It looks like they need just about everything that you could imagine in a repair / cleanup job. Even the one that just got put up seems to be for a bodyguard job, which is different than all the other ones, but still.
Mm-hmm. Do these look like that a lot of these could be completed in a day? Not like all of them all together, obviously, but like, just like it's just 8 days work, or is it more over like a week's work of helping clean up?
It looks like if you look at the bottom of the area, it does seem to be paying for the week.
Mm-hmm.
Showing that there's most likely a lot of damage at that point.
Must have been a lot of damage then for all this for the week.
The
Oof.
fissures have been getting a little out of hand lately. There's
If
another
anyone-
one right down the road. He points over to the north. But the one that happened over at Farman's place is about 6 times as large.
Ooh.
Yeah, swallowed half his manor.
That is quite devastating. Does anybody know why this is happening?
We're pretty sure it has to do with that weird magic that's been going around. The Templars came by a few weeks ago, but I guess you guys probably wouldn't know. There's some kind of strange magic signature going around the waters in the center of the circle, and they're trying to figure it out, which is why a lot of them haven't been making their way here lately, but it seems like that strange magic's been sort of eroding away at things. It's probably some kind of raw elemental magic or something. I myself am, I work there, obviously, motions to his robes.
Mm-hmm.
But even I don't have as much information as the Templars do.
I'm surprised. This seems like something that should have been able to get taken like care of, right?
There are sometimes large-scale events that happen over at the tower that are out of hand. The entire place, as you can see, motions over toward the godlike fucking tower. The entire place is essentially its own country. The magics that are
jeez.
practiced there and the things that are used inside there are also connected with most of the other towers that are out and about in the different places. So if one of them gets affected, they all do. At least as far as I understand. I can't say much more on the subject, but this isn't the only time, and it's not going to be the last time that something like this happens. The last time we had any kind of strange magical interference, it actually kept going for around a year. Kept turning all the cows blue.
Huh. Blue cows. Weird.
Yeah, there's still some of them out there. Some of them got better. Others make blue milk now.
Oh. Is it different or is it?
It's pretty good, actually.
Oh. They've
Would
definitely been
recommend it.
marketing that up as a like a quality product now, right?
Oh yeah. A lot of the ones that happened at the very beginning, people were kind of iffy about it, but once the tower came and told us that it was all perfectly safe, it started becoming a bit of a commodity. Completely outdoes the chateau now.
What a shame. The chateau was my mother's favorite.
Oh, I mean, that's pretty good for you then. Made the chateau a little bit cheaper. You should take home a bottle for your ma.
Yeah, I should. Well, anyway,
Be heading back in, yeah.
Jobs. Mm-hmm.
If you need anything, just head on in. You're registered, right?
She is. I haven't been registered yet.
As long as one of you are, it should be fine. I'll see you all inside if you need it.
All right, thank you, Mr. Sorry, I didn't get your name.
Let me get his name. Call me Raven.
Thank you, Raven.
See you then. He makes his way back inside. As he does, Kyle looks back over at you. Are we gonna take any of those? I mean, they look like they're pretty long term.
They are pretty long term, and we don't have a lot of time.
Maybe we should have fought love or fought yo for the gerbil mission.
I don't think it paid that well.
Well,
No, that I
there's only one thing we can do to make money then. Let's go find Cavelli.
We'll find Kaivelli. And then, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, also, I finished art over here.
Oh, we could
Let
go
me
we
see
could go
it.
show them the Fissure though if we want to go and do something else.
Sure.
Apparently there's a
Yeah.
smaller one just off to the north.
Mm-hmm.
As around this time, let's go look at the art.
What's
God.
the live face?
What the fuck? We have to kill these guys. No, we don't. We just got here. Calm down. There's Toledo.
Yay, Toledo!
Toledo, yay! He's gasping. You can tell by the
It's around this
This
time.
spirit is having the best hitchhike of his life.
It's around this time that the three of you would turn a corner, making your way back toward where you guys were at before, where you would see that Fabio and Kyle are over by the front of the guild hall.
Fabio, Kyle, there you are.
Oh, there they are.
Ah, there they are.
We did the best we could.
So
Unfortunately,
did we.
I failed us.
Mhm.
But there's a confession I had to make. Fabio, Kyle, you might have to sit down for this. Law doesn't seem to be phased. I don't know why. Perhaps his charm, it was too much for him.
What is it, Cavelli?
I was quite shaken.
What has happened? Are you hurt?
Are you dying? Are you nervous about your date?
I would be
Should I
too.
have that, don't I? But right now,
We could afford one ingredient of the ones you need for your date now, I think.
I need to reintroduce someone. Because this is not just the Toledo we thought we knew. This
He's talked.
is the spirit of the forest.
My God.
They shake their
Hey,
head.
we're doing. I can't deny it now. We've had a bonding moment.
Oh,
I
it's one of
already
those
have
told
to
you,
know.
Toledo is, it's just spirit. It's not
We have to
It's not
know.
that one.
They were doing their thing over again.
You heard of
But-
piss piss piss?
Yes.
That's a shame.
Yeah, that's. It must be coming from them, because where else would it be? There was just you and the cloak is obviously hiding something.
I don't think the cloak is hiding anything. I think it's just a spirit.
I think it is quite empty, actually, yes.
Why don't you believe me? They did the
You
piss.
see, Kai Valley,
You see the cloak,
You're
you
a
see
liar.
Toledo put their arms behind their back and begin just shifting back and forth on the balls of their feet.
It's okay, Toledo, I believe you.
he has so
I
much
don't-
personality. I love it.
But
It's okay, Kai Valley. We know you like spinning tall tales.
Oh, Cavalli, before we get too deep into whatever this is, do you want to steal from a rich guy who's making everybody's lives miserable?
yes, I do.
Oh, good.
See, we're back on track.
Well, you see, Monkey-O doesn't like a particular rich guy who has been, he basically buys up a lot of the new adventurers and puts them basically into his own personal army. Though I don't know how loyal specifically are, they just get offered a lot of money that's hard to
Whoa,
refuse.
whoa, Fabio.
Yes.
Had me at rich.
He has put up a lot of help ads because his mansion was hit by a big chasm that basically took out half of it. And he has
Oh.
put up a bunch of cleaning jobs for and carpenters and such. So there would be a lot of people around that you could sneak in and do things because you like to do the sneak in thing and people wouldn't really question it.
Yes, yes. There's just one thing. Do I have to sign up for anything? Do I have to do paperwork?
I guess I could do it.
Yeah, she is the adventurer with the license. We don't have licenses yet. Those are probably also we have to pay for, which we don't have the money for. So if we work with her, we go in, we do a day's work, and you just do your sneaking around thing.
Yeah, and then the only one who gets in trouble for it is me.
Good.
Exactly.
Because I've never been able to face paperwork.
Would it be good for the one person with a license to get in trouble for it?
What am I gonna do? I've run out of surnames.
What you could do could run an entire city.
Well, also, Monkey-O hasn't been having a great time here because they don't allow him into the guild. They think he's a traffic and apparently would cause a bit of a ruckus and all that stuff.
People
Like
here
the other
seem to still
adventurers.
be people here seem to still be thinking that their maladies can be contagious or whatever.
Of course.
That does seem to be a popular belief.
Well, do you need more justification? I think we should go teach this guy a lesson.
I don't mind. We can go in and grab one of them, and then we can sneak in, trying to be carpenters, and then we steal everything that we can hold because we don't cannot hold a lot.
All right.
You
do we
make
have a
stealing
board we
from
could
a
decapitate
rich
and
person a
put their
lot easier
decapitated head under
than
their
it would
bed?
sound like. What?
There's a
It
lot of
slowly
people.
poisons them.
Oh, you're talking things about poisoning people? Why?
Oh, we probably shouldn't do anything that's gonna do any fighting or whatever. Monkey-O says that he has basically the largest army here at the Circle, which I think is what this place is called.
That's why it's poison, so
I
we're
suppose,
not caught.
right, I suppose it is a circle, isn't it?
Also, there's apparently blue milk. It's beating out the Chateau Romani, though. So that's now cheaper here.
This is blue milk straight from the cow, or because we would
Yes.
dye our milk some. Oh, interesting.
Yes,
Yeah, they have blue cows. Moo.
I knew a hermit
Moo.
that liked blue milk once.
Makes sense. It's apparently really good.
Yeah. They apparently were magical at one point, but then they thought about killing someone and was like, yeah, no, I'm getting too deep into this. It's like their nephew or something. I don't know. I didn't pay attention.
Oh, before we do anything, do you guys want to go and see apparently there's a bunch of those fissures that have happened
Yes.
around here. The
There's
one
a Fissure.
apparently
Yes.
whatever magic is happening over at the big tower is eroding the place, and fissures are happening and bringing people down into the sewers and stuff.
That
that's
sounds
not
quite
good.
alarming. Yeah.
Apparently
Having
there's one
a
off to
very
the
ground
north.
split.
Yes.
Uh,
And like the other one is big enough that it swallowed up like half of a big mansion. So you can imagine how terrifying it is. The
They
people
said
don't
that
really
it
know what's
was-
going on.
They said that it was about 6 times as big as the one that's off to the north.
Wait
Mhm.
a minute.
mm,
You're saying the fissures go to the sewers? That one of these fissures happened to be close by the mansion, you say?
Well, there's one off to the north, and then there's one that literally swallowed half of it. So I'm sure that it is at the mansion. Yes.
The mansion that we're going to steal from.
Oh yeah, probably.
Dang, I just thought of an escape plan.
You did?
The sewer
Jumping
swap.
into a... Well, I mean, it's a chasm.
I would hate to be the word of caution, but if we're going to do anything risky, perhaps we should be careful not to get in further trouble, considering we are trying to get to inside the tower to do 2 things, actually.
Oh yeah, if we become
Yeah, that's
if we
why-
become known criminals, then it might be difficult to go into the tower.
Exactly. So that's why I'm probably going to check the sewers first, make sure there's a clear getaway so we're not caught.
I mean, or we can go to the tower first and come back and rob this guy blind.
That is true.
We could afford, I believe, 2 ingredients for your date if I understand how well things are going here.
Yeah, I have to show him up. All right. Let's do this.
So which one are we doing?
We're going to go check out the hole.
Let's go check out the hole.
Some reference. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're going. Wait.
She's lost.
So, let's get the circles out.
Just like we should go to the whole Cavelli. Oh, okay. We should go to the whole Cavelli. What?
So, there is.
I'm not saying we shouldn't go. I'm saying we shouldn't get arrested. Very different.
So in this hole, Chi-Ching, this is the northern hole. This is the one that is not connected to the manor, but you can look at it and see if it connects with the manor and if you can use it as a getaway. This one is at the manor. It swallowed the entirety of the like half of the manor hole. And once you guys go there, you will most likely be seen by whoever is there, which means that, you know, it's at that point you probably want to start your plan of infiltrating and doing things. It's up to you. Do you want to go toward the mini hole first? Do you want to go to the big hole first?
Mini hole.
Cavelli wants to try. Oh, okay. We're going mini hole. Sorry, I was mute.
We go mini hole.
All right, that works for me.
One thing you will note as you guys make your way toward the mini hole, looking off toward the section you guys would be going over toward where the larger buildings are, looking over at the map, it will be off in this direction. Once you would look off over in that direction, you would see that there are quite a number of people around there, but not only that, there are barricades off in that direction. So making your way past the barricades without taking the missions might be difficult at that point. But we don't have to worry about that right now. You guys make your way off to the north, and you guys see what appears to be a slightly more, not rural area, but a slightly less city-like area. There's a lot of vegetation in this part of the city, which you would note is mostly just growing on the different buildings and kind of off to the sides of them. But the more you go north, the more you go forward into this place, you do see there's even more vegetation kind of sitting with and affecting the city a bit more. You see there's more trees and other such things off in this direction, as you see. Boop.
Map.
Oh, it's flipped. Bloop. There we go.
Map is backward.
Get rid of these grids. You guys don't need grids.
Oh,
Why would you need grids?
that's scary.
Don't worry about that.
We don't need grids. Grids are for losers.
As you guys would start making your way over in this direction, you would find that off in this area, the more kind of trodden, kind of going off toward the edges of the city area, you see that it becomes more and more of a kind of more rundown. It seems that after these fissures started happening, people started moving away from some of the areas nearby it. You can see that there's a lot of vacant signs by a lot of the buildings around this area, potentially meaning these areas would be being sold or anything of that nature. As you would all approach, you would find that you are not the only ones here. There appears to be I don't want to grab those because those are perfectly made out to be the ones I need, so I'm just going to grab one of these guys instead. You would find that there are quite a little number of guards a bit off in the eastern direction. They seem to be patrolling, walking around, some of them going in and out from the alleyways over in this area. You see one of the barricades I mentioned before a little bit off in that way, showing that this road might also lead over toward where the manor is, though this is a lot further away than the area where you were at before. And you also see just a little bit off toward, did I move? I already moved him. Okay. A little bit off toward where the whole area is, you see what appears to be a person slinking over toward the area. you see that they are quite noticeable because they are a lizard.
That do be a lizard.
That do be a lizard. That do be looking like a Dracovic.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's racist.
Getting racist as hell in here. I see how it goes.
Looks to the guards, act natural.
As you see this little slinky, slithery boy making his way off and away from where you guys are, you guys have the floor. You guys are at the part of this over here.
That is a hole over there. Wait, no, we can't see it yet. It's blocked by buildings.
You would find that some of these buildings are actually seemingly broken
Sinking?
enough.
Oh.
A lot of these buildings, especially these two, this one and this one, appear to have large parts of their of the sides of them seemingly fallen.
That's probably where the hole is.
Why would you do that?
Kyvelli
Why is she
leaves.
so fast?
Kyvelli runs
How
away.
is she so fast?
Oh, it's off to the
Let's
hole.
move, I guess.
You guys approach at different areas. Kyvelli, you are not that far away. You will get around there by the time they would get to this area. Which means you are still probably twice as fast as either of them, but still. Kyvelli, as you get here and are moving down this alley, I would like you to please go ahead and roll me for your... We'll say technique. I'll give you a technique on this one. I was going to say instinct, but we'll go technique. Hey, you made it in this time. And it's an 18 altogether for you. I'm going to roll for them. They have better things to do.
I don't give a fuck.
You are able to get by them and make your way up in this area. Again, looking off in this place, you see that most of the buildings this far up, a lot of them seem like they are like they have been vacated. You find that only a couple of them have any kind of lights in them, but definitely not the one that you're beside of. This person will move into this alley by the time you guys make your way to this section. Law and Fabio, are you guys just going forward, or you guys want to go anywhere else? You guys can head yourself this way toward where the guard is and go toward the more thick alleyway if you'd like.
I don't see why not go forward. We're just looking at the hole.
Yeah, you can go make your way there. As you guys go over into the area here, Kyvelli.
Yeah.
Upon going and circling around the building you're in, you would find that the one that you have been watching seems to be standing over at the opposite side of this place. They seem to be looking around as if they are keeping a watch on certain areas before slithering up and going around the hole to right about here. They still have not seemed to have noticed you. You can just kick them right in.
Imagine what could happen. The floor's your oyster. The world's your oyster.
You just hear a thud and then
Long live racism. Cavelli is... This building is like in ruins, right?
A lot of it is, but you are able to find some kind of a thing, especially on this side. This side is particularly fucked. Like, we could say probably like that much of it is actually just gone.
Can Cavelli see the others?
You know that they're not that far behind. They would be making their way in this direction, so.
She's going to wait and hide and want them to talk to him first.
Okay.
Being ready if, you know,
While you are there, Cavelli, Roll me for your focus, please.
Okay. I sure hope there's no squirrels that get me enticed. My focus is 2, so
That
8.
is an 8. You notice that they seem to be doing something, but as soon as you see the tips of Fabio's wings go across from the other side, they seem to pocket whatever they are doing. They seem to have been tossing or putting something into the hole. Fabio, you turn the corner. As you do, you see what appears to be the slithery boy that you were following. It seems to be over at the other side of the hole. At this point, they are seemingly just staring at a book that they are holding. While you
Fabio.
walk in after Fabio.
Sorry, I was just like thinking, like, what the fuck do I say?
I mean, it's a book. He's just chilling, and we're just looking in the same hole.
He's just chilling. He's just doing his thing. Yeah. It's not illegal to be here, probably.
Did you know some people will actually lie about their hole?
Did we cross any
Oh,
barriers? to get
some
here?
people, I see. No, I'm playing. No, there was no barriers. There was no barricades. Nothing like that.
Then yeah, it's probably not illegal.
So this is one of the holes.
It would seem so.
That's a whole lot of hole.
Just looking down, can we even see the bottom of this? Can we see the sewers?
You do not see the bottom. However, you do hear the sound of running water.
It would appear that there is some sort of water flow underneath here.
It's rather deep, but I don't see any kind of... You don't have it usually that deep, do you?
Not really, no.
I suppose we could ask them, right?
They slightly look up from their book as they look over to you guys, but then have them go back to it.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry to interrupt you. You seem quite busy. But, are you also here studying the hole?
I don't like to yell.
You can walk around.
Whenever he said it, it was very low. Like it was like you were barely able to perceive that he said that, but he did say it.
You know.
Valley will motion to them to come look
Oh, I'm sorry.
here.
White privileges.
Good evening.
Good evening.
You here to give any kind of respect?
Respect. Apologies, I don't fully understand.
Oh. You're not here to give respect to those who have perished in the hole.
Hmm.
I suppose that would make sense. This place does look residential.
2 younglings perished here.
That's very tragic.
Very much so. Apparently they were at play at the time that the ground swallowed them up. But it's not much anyone can do about that.
Mm-hmm.
You were looking at it, trying to figure
Yes.
something out about it.
Yes, we had heard that that there are sewers underneath the city, but this seems far deeper than the sewers would typically be, as far as I know of them.
Ah. You haven't been in the circle long, have you?
No, we just arrived today.
We were just arriving, dude.
The waters that you see back on your entryway here and in the center of the place here is a lot of people consider it to be cursed in a way, magicked, deviled. So, back whenever this place was founded, they dug deep for their wells and their water. You could even consider the sewers here their own kind of catacombs, buried deep as if it is an old city. They go quite far, most likely throughout the entirety of the southern part of the continent. You would most likely be able to find a good way to go into the Quietmarch from there at this point. With all of the fissures opening up, it would not surprise me in the slightest if a subterranean fissure were to have happened.
Huh. Wouldn't that be incredibly dangerous? Couldn't things then come out the fissure hole?
Not much to be done about it, but it's usually considered that the first level of the Quietmarch is relatively calm. The only ones you'd be seeing coming up from there are brigands, bandits, and the maledicts.
I see.
It is a concern, but not anything anyone can do much about. Not until the fissures stop. Going into those areas, if there is any subterranean fissures that may happen, you could find yourself going down more than you would find anyone coming up. Is that all? The only questions you have?
I have one. Do you
I'm
bounce?
sorry. What the fuck?
That's Sparta.
I don't consider
Mr.
myself
Tom.
an expert of subterranean agriculture or anything of that sort, but architecture more like. But I have dabbled in my studies.
It's the spontaneity of the breaking that concerns me. From what you described, it looks like the earth just split apart at a moment's notice. Usually there would be signs.
I like you. Tell me something. Groundsman?
I suppose so. I think I am going by Ohio.
They're actually Ohioan, yeah. Never heard of it. Well, Ohioan. There is one thing that is, missing here, isn't there? What could that be?
Barricades?
Oh, yes, actually. But, you'd have to actually be doing your job to have somebody put barricades up. Like any of the guards around here are gonna do anything that Farman isn't paying them for. What's missing is rubble. I've went down into this place before. And when I did, I found the sewers. I can tell you that they exist. There's
No rubble of the ruins of what would happen up here.
If a chunk of earth this large and parts of buildings were to fall on something naturally like that, you would think that some kind of problem would happen in the sewage of the town. You would think that there would either be backups or that there would be losses of some kind. But whenever I went down there, there was not a stone to be seen. A couple, surely, but
None of
motions to the
magnitude would have
hole.
fallen down. Yeah.
From what we can see here, there should be a 50-foot diameter, 20 feet deep rock, at the very least, down there. Blocking up sewage ways, potentially completely overturning what could be there. Yet, there's nothing. Just a few stones.
That is very weird.
And it's
That
not
also
possible that
means-
just the current of the sewers could have taken it out.
Not
That
that
it
kind of
also-
rock, no.
And then also, that also means that the bodies of those that have perished in them are also missing.
I don't know much about that, but that would have been the first rescue team. Probably would tell you more about that if they would. There were a couple of people who made their way down before I did. And when they went down, they came back and they gave the grave news.
I see.
I knew one of them. They weren't related to me or anything, but I knew one of those two younglings. They were talented in study. Whenever I heard that had happened to them, I wanted to make my way down so I could see just what could have happened and prevent it from happening further. But whenever I went down and saw no stone, the day after this pit formed, there's no way it could have been cleaned up that fast. Meaning, someone is lying.
About the fissures themselves.
Either the fissures themselves or what they found at the bottom. Maybe they know what happened with the fissures, maybe they don't, but what they did not see, at least as far as I can tell, is anything resembling remains. Meaning that youngling, that kid, I don't think they're dead. I don't think a single one is. I don't think anyone who has fallen victim to these things are dead.
So there have been multiple people that have. Did they all seem in some way talented?
I don't know.
Mm.
The only ones we've been able to find out anything of are the younglings, because whenever younglings die, it's told a lot, and it is tragic, for obvious reasons. But I can tell, whenever I look around this city, there are a couple of other faces missing. Faces that go under the radar. Ones that I doubt a single person would notice other than myself. Not that I cared much for them before, but it's odd, is all.
It is very odd. So you've been down this hole, specifically?
Once. By the time I came back up, however, I got scolded and fined and kicked out of the guild.
You got... Wait, you were in the guild?
Yes, until the guardsmen found out that I was poking around down there. They said it was dangerous and that I should have known better, and they pressured the leader of the guild hall there to kick me out. They wanted me out, but where was I to go? The circle isn't great, but I don't want to go anywhere else. At least people here know me, even if they do consider me a monster. At least I don't have to meet new faces or make new connections. At least the people that I walk around aren't going to flinch. I'd rather stay here if I can. Not to mention, until I find out what happens to that kid, I will not be leaving.
That makes sense.
So, why are you all interested in the whole?
Yeah, guys.
What the fuck?
Why are we into the whole?
What the fuck? Ah!
We had
Boink.
heard
I don't think
say
I've
that
really
in
did that.
Yeah, no.
Ah!
since hearing about them, I was curious to see what had happened, and having heard that a mansion had half of its building sucked down one is
Farman's place.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wish I could look at that one. But they're
You can't
keeping
even look at
everyone
it.
away from it. Unless you're doing work for them, they keep you away.
I'm surprised you wouldn't have put up with some of the work to go look at it then.
Not a part of the guild. Can't take any of the jobs. Not to mention, he like seems to flex one of his arms as he like holds his book in the other hand. Not the best for manual labor.
I see.
Oh, I understand that.
I'm more of a scholar myself.
Mm. I am surprised though that you were able to be in the guild just fine before now. But an acquaintance of ours, Monkey-O, has been having such difficulties with it.
You know, yo.
Yes, he helped us out earlier.
When I say in the guild, I don't mean in the guild hall. Both me and Monkey-O are members of the guild.
I see now.
He just doesn't want to cause trouble. I do, so I sometimes go in. What are they gonna do, cause a fight? They do, sometimes.
And I assume with your studiousness, you have been able to win them.
Win them? Oh, no. I do call the guard, though, whenever they hit me. It's like, oh, assault.
That makes sense.
They usually are back the very next day, but they have to at least arrest them.
It keeps him back for a moment.
I am surprised that the adventurers here seem very entirely against people that could or could not be Dracovics.
It's not
I've seen
just here,
forbidden.
but it does seem to be more aggressive here.
More aggressive. That is entirely what I meant.
Why it does seem to be like that.
There's just more of us here. This place, the circle, it's feels nice on the scales. The magic that courses around the academy is attractive, I guess, to those who have magical stuff going
Inclinations.
through them. I don't know if I don't know about those who were born away from it and then gained any kind of malady, but as I was born like this, it's sort of ingrained in me. I like it here. So maybe there's just more people here. You wouldn't find a single one of anything like me over at the kingdom, that's for sure.
Mhm.
But anyway. All of you seem very talkative. Even though, well, motions to themselves. So I'm guessing that means you don't have any problem or think that I'm gonna get you.
When are you going to get us?
Oh, I might.
Should
I
we
don't
be
know.
a
Maybe
little
I might.
scared?
Oh.
Would
No.
Cavelli do this for the bit?
Well, I could be contagious. You never know. Want me to start sneezing?
Oh, please don't start coughing.
Don't worry, they had a backup plan.
Ah, jeez. You see them grip onto their book, and as they do, they pull out the thing that they were hiding before, Kaivelli, that you saw them put into their robes. You see what appears to be a bag of something. Just a small bag that he's holding out in your direction. Ah!
Is that your offering to the whole?
Oh, for... don't...
He likes being quiet and sneaking up on people.
She's very sneaky.
It's her favorite thing to do. Yes, she's very sneaky.
Don't do that.
I would say it was probably ill-advised to do it so close to the hole. It would have been bad.
Listen.
I mean, I would have been able to get him if things happened. I can fly.
Usually, when I do that plan, it doesn't end with laughs. It usually ends with violence.
Oh, we don't need to be doing violence here. But,
No, we don't.
You're a Millen folk, aren't you?
Yeah. They haven't been showing me any discomfort either. I know it's a bit different, but I can at least tell you that much.
I'm guessing you didn't grow up in your tribe then. Grew up near the capital, did you?
Yeah.
Are you all with the guild? I'm guessing work isn't very plentiful at the moment.
There are plenty of papers on the board, that's for sure. But we only have one member here.
There's
that's
no
in the...
good work available at the moment, I'm guessing.
You beat us to the journal.
Oh, good for him. Yeah, he's gonna find that gerbil. Oh. That goes up once every week. I don't know how they keep losing the thing.
Gerbils also don't live that long either, so
Yeah,
I mean,
they just keep getting. I mean, they don't live very long, but they make a lot of more gerbils.
Do you think that it's the same gerbil going missing, or is it that one dies and they put up a thing, oh, our gerbil's missing, and now they just have people go out finding a random gerbil?
Wouldn't put it past them, honestly. That sounds smart.
So you're a magic user of some sort?
Oh yes. You can say that I'm a sorcerer of a certain prestige.
I could tell. Only sorcerers would have a bag as their defense weapon.
They bring the bag down and they sort of open it a bit as they hold it toward the five of you. It's dust.
Not the worst bag of magic we've seen this adventure.
I nicked it from some of the trees around the forest out there. The ones that aren't like the ones they brought here. The ones that the academy like going after.
Ah, the blue ones.
This mostly is bark and leaves that I've mostly crushed up and dehydrated. Seems to be a nice magic powder of sort.
Magic powder, huh?
Hmm.
I
That being
should have
said-
figured there was something like that. They were very intensive about us not touching the leaves or anything like that.
Oh, I believe they have much more refined things they can do with that stuff. This is just what I can do by myself. But as you can see, if you've seen me do that, he motions toward the hole. I'm not getting much anywhere with it. But now that you're here, Millenfolk, your name?
Call me K for now.
Well, okay. Now that you're here, I actually might, if you're all looking for it, have a job for you.
Is that so?
We are looking for work.
You see him pull out another bag, only this one seems like it's a little bit bigger. But when he opens it, you see that there is quite a large amount of space within it. Not only that, it seems to be full to the brim with glass.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
this is a big job then.
Not all
So
of
who
it.
we offing?
Not a single
Oh,
person. What I need is your instincts, Millenfolk. I've been down there, as I mentioned before, but I don't have as good a smell or as good a feel of that place as someone like you might. I'm looking for the younglings that got disappeared, that got deviled away by whatever this is. But my magic powder isn't enough to get a scent of them. But you might be able to do that. Of course, I'll hire the rest of you as well. We might need bodyguards while we're down there. Who knows what kind of ill folk might have made their way.
If it's for the children, then yeah.
We are very big on helping children, actually.
Oh my god, there's a dog. What you
Don't
doing, dog?
say it like this.
Shut up, dog! Shut up!
Shut up, dog!
I hate dogs. Sorry.
It's fine.
There has been a lot of dogs around here that we're saying.
Maybe their owner just
Okay,
got
so
swallowed
I
by the
pissed
hole.
off a few other dogs.
Maybe they ate the girl.
Oh my god, what are you doing in there?
So I
Barb!
might have stolen a little bit of dog food.
Give me a second. I'm gonna check on this dog.
You did what?
I was hungry. It
What?
was there.
You ate it?
Okay, full transparency. Look at my face. Look at my ears. What do you think?
I did not think you were a dog.
A bit of dog, bit of cat.
He squints. I guess so. I suppose where I come from, we would call. I mean, it seems we also agree. We would call you a hyena. I guess that would explain why you keep eating the hot dogs raw.
Yeah. That's a hyena thing. Sweats?
Yes. Great job, team.
This is supposed to be a quick game, but we keep getting so sidetracked with so many things.
It's supposed to be a quick game. I hope you understand that we got here because we spent all of our money and now we're trying to recoup losses.
Listen, this is also plot. It's fine.
Look,
It's all
I
plot,
figured it
baby.
short game, long game, either way, I'm just gonna play Cavelli, and I've been enjoying playing Cavelli. That's
I'm
all
back.
of my philosophy.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Welcome
I had
back.
to strangle that dog.
Oh my god.
That
you
was
just put it
no,
on the
all
floor.
right.
Oh, I strangled it and threw him in the hole.
Oh,
You didn't see
So
it jump so
violent.
fast.
Well, at least now we will be able to find out if the hole makes people disappear somewhere in it.
Oh
before
no,
they hit
you won't.
the ground.
I cast the spell, and
cast this spell.
once he reaches a certain velocity, he just disappears.
That's
88
scary.
miles per hour.
I'll be sent. He'll get sent all throughout the multiverse, and he'll be someone else's barking problem.
Then cut to Sunday.
You know there is a barking dog in Digimon now.
Where the fuck did this dog come from?
It's Ken Dog.
But yes, job.
Job. Yes, we can definitely help.
What I'm gonna need, unfortunately, isn't something I can ask for at the guild. I'm gonna need someone who can be very discreet about what's going on. I'm also gonna need someone to acquire a certain object for me. And then once we have that object, I need you to use your senses to help me find these younglings.
What's the object?
Well, I need you to find a holy relic, one that is held by the Templars.
I'll do it.
I am guessing they are not the kind that would willingly lend them to people.
Of course not. They want to use it to save their own skin. Every one of the Templars over at the Academy, the ones who watch over all of the magical people that are there, they all carry with them a charm. One that, in a pinch, could save their lives by prolonging, essentially, their death. They would be stuck in an agony of whatever is killing them until they were able to stop it. But, honestly, sounds pretty fine. What I plan to do, if these kids are in trouble, is I plan to use these Templars' relics to bring them back from whatever brink they're in. And then, depending on what has happened to them, what has happened to the area here, or what is going on, I may have to decide to leave this place, and most likely I'll be attempting to bring them with me. Because if they were targeted, then I want to get them out of the circle. And if they weren't targeted, I want to get them out of the circle before it all falls down into the Quietmarch.
Either way, we don't know what happened to those kids after they went into the hole. They were lost forever. Wink.
I'm hoping to be lost forever in the same way, to be honest with you. But we'll see.
I'll places out there, but you're strong. I'm sure you could do it.
I know one person who can give you a relic relatively for free. Well, I don't know if it'll be for free, but freely at the very least. There is a student at that academy. Before they were a student there, though, they were a Templar in the service of those who watch the mages. They were found to have magical talent, however, and she was brought in to be a student instead of a one who watches. Meaning she probably still has her relic. They don't work for other people without my kind of knowledge of the magics. So they were probably kept it for their own safety. But from what I know about that woman, she most likely would not be that hard to persuade out of it. I'll give you some coin that you can use to persuade her if need be, and if it doesn't need to happen, you can count it as part of your earnings as well. You will have to
Yes.
find another for the other youngling, though.
Yeah, if we did try to nick her in that tower might have ways of people like me to have a harder job. So,
I don't know how you'll find the second one, but if you find Anthea, I believe they're one of the green robes over in that tower. If you find them, they should be able to give you their object. Beyond that, once you have both of them, we can return here, go down below, and find those kids using your nose.
course. Yep. Nice to be used for good and not used for jokes.
For jokes.
Until then, if I do pay you, like I'm planning to, I'll go with you.
Of course.
You might need my expertise when it comes to those relics, but also more than that, I have funds that I'm sure that if you're looking for work, you might not have at the moment. And you can think of it as a advance on your salary. And if there's anyone who catches wind of what I'm doing here, you see him look over to where the guards were. You can make sure that I make it back here to find out the truth.
Yeah.
Oh, so we are taking a bodyguard mission.
I suppose so.
There you go, Fabio. You were looking at that one.
It was, yes, but it was for the mansion guy, and I've heard bad things about the mansion guy.
Yeah, fuck him. Farman is not a great person. Not someone you want to protect. I mean, he's someone you want to protect because he can pay you a lot of coin. But I can also pay you a lot of coin, and I'm much more morally acceptable in my opinion.
Your opinion
What
is
did he
the only
do?
opinion that matters for morality.
It seems like he did something, and people are testing around a thing he did that he somehow uses money
He's
to
not-
avoid punishment for.
He hasn't, from what I understand, he hasn't done anything too cruel. And at first I thought that he was someone who might have something to do with these fissures until a fissure opened up beneath his house. He's just sort of a dick.
Gee.
He seems to buy out as much as he can from these people and essentially starve them into a point where they have to obey him, not through any actual, I guess, actions on his part, but he's basically made this whole town not be able to function without him. He's put so much money into different things, and he's bought so much things that are essential that he's
He's
essentially
made them codependent.
Exactly.
Hmm.
He's.
Flowerman 2, here we go.
I don't consider him an evil man, but he is a dick.
Someone owning all that property and abusing it. We have a word for that. It's a curse word here. The Disney Corporation.
Well, more than anything, this Disney fuck. More than
Law
anything.
just like, what?
No, that makes sense. Go on.
No, that's the most. That's the most correct thing you've said in front of me.
But we spell it with a backwards G instead of a D.
More than anything, he's just not doing his job. If he's making everyone dependent on him and he's promising safety to these people, then he should have done something when these kids went missing. That is what I have against him. Whether it's his fault or not, I could care less. If it is his fault, and we find it out, maybe the other half of his manor might have a bit of an accident. But that's not the job I'm paying you for.
First.
Maybe I might have another job after this, if that's what you're saying.
She has been very itching to do things like that. Yeah.
We can get there when we get there.
Burn the upper class.
Oh my god.
Eat the rich.
We've radicalized her. Oh, no.
I hope to never have any of you as my clients.
Don't change your name to Peach. Stop. Don't follow it.
Actually, you might be doing a little better than my usuals.
Well, I got our weapons. I'm thinking this sickle and this hammer.
Oh, I wouldn't take whatever that is. I'm guessing you have transportation.
Yes.
You came in from outside. I'm sure you didn't walk throughout all those forests.
No,
We have horses and carriage.
Good. Well, there's not much I can do here. My magic powder isn't finding anything at the moment. So, we can head out right now if all of you want. We have a date that we have to go to.
Oh yes,
date?
that.
Well, she has to go, so we don't have to. Wait, are we doing that thing where we're spying? I don't understand. I've heard that people do that sometimes.
I believe that Cavelli is very
better.
convinced that she has to show up the monk by making a good corn dog.
Yes.
Hey,
I
what?
see.
It's... Oh, I have to explain this whole thing. Hold on.
Just explain it on the way. Let's go.
It's
Yeah,
an
yeah, I can
Ohioan,
explain.
Ohioan meal.
It's an Ohioan delicacy, man.
As you guys start walking away, you do find that as you are talking with them and explaining Cavelli's predicament, that he does mention, I told you guys I have funds. If you want to buy some ingredients for this corn dog, I will be perfectly fine to do so. You have to let me
I
have
also
one.
want
Though.
one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
I am a scholar.
course.
I need to try this corned dog.
Now that
Of
we're in
course.
this deal, we should probably introduce ourselves to each other.
Of course, yes. I would like to know who you are and not have to look at you and say Ohioan. Looks over toward like Fabio.
Fabio.
Oh, I was trying to guess if you were a crownsman or a wieldman, and then I saw the wings, and I'm like, oh, maybe you're like not. You're some kind of freaky
Well, I'm a
mutant.
wieldman. Well, I'm a wieldman technically, but I'm also an ardit.
I see.
So, yeah.
All right. Perfect.
And you are.
I am Dakar.
It is
Oh.
good to meet you.
No, Dakar.
With an L?
No, Dakar.
Cal.
Dakar.
Yeah. When it comes to us Dragovics, who are born the way we are, we have hard consonants at the very beginning of our names.
Mm.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, it's very whimsical. It's so good.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Wasn't very whimsical when I was 4 and trying to understand the consonants.
You're like, I thought we were on a consonant. No, that's a continent, Cavelli.
Cavelli, come on.
Get it together. You fucking.
We're in the greatest consonant in the world.
You get extra points. We're gonna send your work to the king, and the king's gonna love it. Meanwhile, the king, some little girl in the port city, put on their paper that they're in the best that we're in the best consonant. They meant continent. Oh, good. All right. I see.
Why'd you send that paper to them? We hate the king.
No, we all
We're
love
trying
the
to
king.
buy his favor. We're trying to
This
buy
is
his
you when you were 4.
Yeah, I was abandoned by my parents and rose with the bandits, maybe wolves.
Oh no, they still love the king though. Everybody loves the king.
Yeah, they're just
Bandits
poor. It's
love the
fine.
It's not the king's fault that that things are hard. The king's dealing with stuff.
He's got stuff. He's having a really hard life, by the way.
Yeah, he's not faking any of it at all.
The king has a hard time right now.
I don't know if you've seen him cry every year. That's not normal.
Don't diss the king. Not on the prince's funeral day.
His family
Not on Hall's
dying.
naming day, dude.
Super potent steed.
Oh, poor Hall.
I feel so bad for Hall. I'm so glad that we got him
Cavelli.
out of that
Remember
mindset
this.
early.
Eat the rich, except for the king. He's going through a lot.
Except for the king. The king, honestly, if we just take out all of the corrupt nobles underneath the king, then we can have the king fill it with non-corrupt nobles.
We have nobles?
Yeah,
Yeah, we do. That's our whole point. I'm kidding. That's the whole point we're doing the mission.
Technically, you don't have nobles. There is an upper class, but they're totally not nobles.
Didn't the king have the power to bring those corrupt things to power? No, Cavelli. To the dunce corner.
Cavelli, money can only do so much.
It's not like we were given promising of having our own families and land and money.
It's like all the people with money say, money doesn't buy happiness.
Sure seems like it would for me.
We know it doesn't do anything.
I hate this adoptive family.
Shut up and go steal from that guy.
By the way, there's coffee down below.
I'm gonna go
money to Pico.
live with the wolves. The wolves. All right, remember, it's kill or be killed. Unless you see the king, then you bow to them.
It's kill or be killed. Unless it's the king, then you kill everyone around the king, and then you offer the king all of your condolences and money. And if he needs help leaving if he needs help leaving after we kill everybody else, then we get him safely back to the castle.
I'm just gonna be one with nature.
Everything the light touches is our money.
As the leaves are like, so how's the king doing? Is he okay? He's been going through a lot.
You guys make your way back to the guild hall, the town square, as it were. As you have brought Dakar with you, Dakar is looking around at different things. He seems to be turning pages as he does, looking off and about. You do note that he seems to be staring off over at the roofs of a lot of the different places. As you follow his gaze, you do see that there is quite the number of those same lapids off on the roofs of a lot of these places.
Oh, those bee things are here too.
Ah, yes, the guardsmen of this place.
Guardsmen.
They protect the common folk, apparently. I haven't ever seen them active. Mostly just seeming to be decorative at this point.
I see.
But it's probably rumors. They probably don't ever move. It's fine.
Actually, funny story. We fought some earlier with Monkey O.
Okay.
They are very vicious.
Oh, I see.
They are far more dangerous than I thought they would ever be.
We found out they do indeed have stingers.
Very territorial. Do not go near them at all.
You guys follow Dakar over toward the restaurant area. As you do, he asks you what kind of ingredients you need for these corned dogs.
For these corned dogs. We have to create
this Ohioan delicacy.
Ohioan corn dog. This thing that I now have to recreate using items from the / medieval age.
Do you know how to make a corn dog?
You do find that as you look over at a lot of the ingredients, there is not modern equivalents of different things, but there are some things you can find that maybe could work. You're still not entirely sure how to make a batter for the corn dog, but I mean, probably just need like.
I mean, if we have egg and have flour, we can make it work.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. We have to ask. Did Law do all of the cooking at the house?
It
Or
does.
did you always order out?
Did you do all the cooking, or did your partner do all the cooking
in the house?
Then maybe you do know how to make a batter.
I don't know what kind of a divorce it was. I don't know if it was your fault or not.
It was a combined effort, I think.
Wait, was it a real divorce or a Doofenshmirtz divorce where you were just together but not?
No, we were very divorced. We were getting divorced at the time.
Okay.
Wait. You were getting divorced.
Divorces are long. We had to finish
no.
Wait, what company did your husband work for?
You see, it worked for a rival. Instead of being Michelin was Hudson and Hudson.
Are you sure that it wasn't a Hudson car that hit you?
Why are you speculating on my ex love life?
There didn't seem to be a license plate on that Hudson and Hudson vehicle.
I can't believe they fucking killed you so they wouldn't have to give you half their shit.
And in fact, you might not have updated your will yet. So they might get all your shit instead.
I'm a lawyer. I have been updating my will every day since I was born.
Holy shit.
The reason the divorce got so nasty is because we were both fucking lawyers.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah, you were.
Anyway, I'm gonna get my fucking. We don't have any baking powder, but as long as we have eggs, flour, a little bit of salt and sugar.
We can get that. It seems pretty easy so far.
Okay, what's the exotic Ohio
I am
ingredient?
not
Sounds
sure
like you're
if
trying to make
there's-
some kind of a pancake or something, though.
If you have some sort of corn flour, I believe we call it cornmeal, that would be part of it. If not,
Cornmeal.
cornmeal.
Cornmeal. I'm gonna see how old cornmeal is.
Well,
Computer, how old is cornmeal?
They didn't have baking powder in the Middle Ages. They had ammonium bicarbonate, or as they called it, pearl ash. So
Well, I don't know what the fuck parallax is.
let's see, what the fuck is pearl ash? Or is this just the AI being the AI?
The first mistake is looking at the AI result first. Always scroll down.
Yeah, it looks like it's a staple food. Yeah,
Hmm.
cornmeal is ancient. It's not corn dog.
Yeah, fucking this place wasn't like real world fucking whatever. They had corn for a lot longer than the rest of the world here had corn. So sure, there's cornmeal.
We haven't gone for the hard story of colonialism.
They just haven't fucking packed freaking they just haven't packed pig into tubes yet here.
Yeah, that part that hasn't been created yet, but we have the technology. We have it at home.
We do have spices because of the one country that is unnamed that holds all the spices and the trade.
But we do though. We have boar bologna. That is what that is.
No. Boar bologna isn't in tubes. It's sliced.
It's like shredded up and shit.
Yeah, it's like shredded. It's more like, it's honestly more like some kind of like pulled pork or something.
Yeah, we just coincidentally call it bologna, which is something else in our world.
Yeah.
You didn't hear the few.
You see a person
I'm so
like
tired.
you see a person like way down below you, like eating like what is obviously a sausage. And it's just like, no, that's not actually a sausage. That's like some kind of a meat tube.
You said they didn't go into. Oh, wait.
That is a worm.
Yeah, that's a worm. That
is a sausage.
Roasted worm.
is a roasted. That's a roasted worm down there
That is a sausage.
with a Y. It's like a worm, like a worm.
Like a
Yeah.
I mean, there's sausages, but they're not like as processed as hot dog.
Yeah, no.
When it comes to the hot dog,
meat is-
it's so smooth and so crazy process, and it's like, what is this?
yeah,
Oh,
it's
these
a very
things never
different.
And
burst.
and they're soaking in hot dog water, you know.
Yeah.
They seem to never burst whenever you cook them. That's impressive.
What if
I'm
you
not quite
used
sure how they do it, actually.
radioactive waves to like cook it?
Anyway, you find cornmeal.
I mean, as long as this place has basic stuff like eggs and that kind of stuff, the rest of it is doable.
You find that he walks in, he gets everything that you're speaking of. You guys help him find the different things. He pays. As he goes to pay, he actually hands the money off toward Law. He sees Law just kind of stare at him, hands it to Fabio because Fabio won't ask questions. Fabio just goes and pays with a smile.
Fabio will just take it.
And by the end, you guys come out with ingredients. I don't know what you're planning with all of these random ingredients, but we have them.
Sure have. You know what? I'm just gonna call it. This is the start of the new arc of the campaign where we go down to town with our cart selling corn dogs as a new delicacy.
Look, if we
We
need
only have so many hot dogs.
Look, if we need a kitchen, I can go and try to find one of the restaurant carts around here and purchase it for us.
No, you
I
don't
mean, all I
need to do
would
that.
need is
I
a-
think it'd be easier to sell our hot dogs in our cart.
Exactly. We retrofit it with burners. Food trucking in the Middle Ages.
You're gonna need a lot of fire, Crag. Let me go get them for you.
right. Then at that point, would need some fairly good-looking sticks.
Ooh, we can go back to Arswick and have him make us more. We can make
Sticks?
them yes. We can make metals.
All we need is just metal sticks might be too hot to hold. The sticks go through the sausage, you say. So there would have to be wood.
So it's like cooking rat on an open fire.
Yeah, sounds like you just need some kind of wooden skewer.
I suppose so. I've never heard anything be described like that, but I suppose it is a piece of meat that goes in the skewer, so yes.
It's not great meat, but it's there.
I usually do it.
I
usually don't do it with rats. That seems a little bit unsanitary. I do it with snakes.
Oh yeah,
No,
snakes.
I've heard some people do snakes.
You ever try scorpion?
I haven't tried scorpion, but I tried something that seemed like it might have been scorpion, but then they told me it was something else, and I'm like, no, it has to be, because I've never tasted that, but I have tasted that. And then they're like, no, it's totally this other bug that lives under the water and is red.
That's silly. Bugs don't live in the water.
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
lying.
They're on top of the water.
They're like, no, they're like, no, it's some kind
Shrimp?
of, some kind of, I think that's kind of what, it's some kind of, I think they called it a prawn.
Yeah, those do live underwater, yes.
They have like little
Why would
scorpion
they
tails.
live underwater? They're bugs.
They do look like that, but they're not
Bugs
poisonous
are
like
on
those.
land. Fish are in water.
Some bugs are on water.
You're talking crazy, Law.
Oh, no, in Ohio it's probably different, but here, bugs are on land, fish are on land.
Yeah, that
No,
was
of
totally a
course.
fish.
Yeah, those are definitely fish, from what I understand.
Oh, of course. I don't know anything. Continue.
I mean, really,
No, you do. It's just, you know,
No, it's
Ohio's
well
a different world.
it's well documented that those are bugs. Yes, they have
Really?
exoskeletons.
Oh, no shit, really?
Have any of you read?
I was abandoned by my family at the age of 2.
You could just say no.
I'm a Welshman from the north.
You could just say no.
Wait a minute, I just realized something very funny.
What's that?
We do have a bunch of magical items, so we don't know what they do, and you're a man that has magical knowledge.
I do.
could
That is what I am. Oh,
Would
I
you be
didn't.
able to?
Oh, I didn't. You have items. Oh, you have magic items.
Mm-hmm. That's what we spent all our money on when we got here. That's why we're looking for a job.
Oh, did you?
Well,
Are you
let's
sure
be
you didn't
clear,
get
you
like?
spent money on completely normal items. I spent money on magical items.
I was
These
gonna
are
say,
not
you
the
sure you
same
didn't
thing.
get to? You sure they're magic? You sure you didn't get?
I think Law would. It was the other way around, wasn't it, Law? Is what you explained it.
They looked quite ordinary to other people, but after looking at them, they had some sort of magic within them. They were glowing green, specifically. Apparently, they all were someone's stash before.
Oh, they sold my fucking storage. You see him start running.
Wait, what?
Get him, dude!
Uh-oh. Let's go watch this shit.
They
Wait a
stole
fucking
your
second.
luggage?
But he wasn't around for half a year. What the fuck?
Cavelli is going to pretend to be.
He's been
insulted
investigating
and
other
join
shit.
them.
Go,
He's been investigating the fissures.
let's go see what's gonna happen, and I'm now curious.
Well, great news, dude. We got most of it.
Cavelli's joining them in this horrible, horrible thing that happened.
You guys rush after as for long story short, you see him yelling all the curses he possibly knows over at this man who is apologizing profusely. He calls him everything. He calls him all
No,
kinds of
you
bad
can't
names,
proclaim that in my world.
including Disney. As he
Oh.
Oh.
you see that he is
Ooh.
able to not only get his money, get the money that you guys spent on it, but he is also getting his magical lock and everything back. you see that he is very, 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 very miffed. This man does not like getting yelled at by a person with a dangerous book and powders.
It's so funny because I'm wearing one of his belts this whole time.
He wouldn't know yours is a belt. Nice belt. I think I have one just like it. Weird. Anyway,
Gets on their knees. Just take off that belt.
It's decent.
as he is given all of the money that was made from his items, he is also given his storage unit back. At which point he is just taking them home. He is taking them for everything they got. As I'm gonna roll for him. Is he gonna get anything else from this? Let's see.
That's so funny that we found him and it's his
That's
shit.
a 19.
Okay.
Oh
He
my
is getting
God.
this man for everything he's got. His clothes on his back, his backpack, because everything he owns.
You see that by the time he is done, not only is he completely compensated for the things that were taken from him, he gets back way more money than you guys spent. He gets his storage unit back. He gets his lock back. You see that he has also taken quite a lot from the stall outside of this place.
Also,
meaning
he owns this guy's wife now.
he has basically taken the entirety of this like makeshift stall out in the front of this place. He's just wheeling this like wheelbarrow of shit back out at you
I
guys.
see.
Cavelli is
That's why he doesn't yell.
helping hold the items because,
He said that I can have my
Just-
storage unit back. I'm not letting him have this in the storage. What's he gonna do? Sell it to a fucking nut?
I see why he doesn't yell now. He gets very scary when he yells.
Oh,
I
he
think
was
I
like,
like him.
you could see like there was steam coming off of this man as he was screaming. There was you were thinking he was about to breathe fire at this man.
I think I
still
like
don't
him.
can't. I think he can, probably.
He most likely can, yes. There was literal steam.
He was cooking.
You look back at this man, there is a wet spot on his jeans.
You should go get that cleaned up before anyone else sees you.
You see at one point like he threatened him with peanut butter, and that's just basically death to this man.
Oh my god, he even knows
He's
the
allergic.
allergies.
Yeah, he knows your allergy. He knows his allergies, man. He's fucking crazy. But you guys follow after your new wheelbarrow friend.
Who just decimated a guy live on stream.
You guys find that as you make your way back over to Hall, he seems to attempt to calm himself to a point where he is now done with physical labor. He has let it go and lets Fabio pull it the rest of the way.
There we go.
Yeah,
He was going on
I'm still
pure
angry.
adrenaline.
I'm still angry though. As he
I'm
gets
Looks like
sorry.
he's gotten quite your money's worth.
to be fair, no, I'm still angry. No, fuck it.
Is it not funny that you now have technically the money we spent now? So we technically paid you for those items in a way. You were just giving us money for the
I
thing that you
think
want us to
he
do.
evacuated himself in fear.
He should have.
Yes, it was starting to pool around him. It was quite sad. And smelled.
I'm sorry. Are you saying you made a man piss himself?
Oh, we did nothing, you see?
He hasn't stopped running.
Yes, he sold off this man's things.
Oh, that's terrible. That's it. Who are you? Hi, I'm your boss now. You see him like
He is
flick
a-
a couple glass over in Hall's direction, and just start walking.
He's just like, as you can
Oh
see. he
yeah,
is
with
a
the
rough
wheelbarrow
guy.
of drugs.
All right, I can go get a new brush for the horses.
Yay!
Don't
He's
worry,
like,
he
"I'm done with
hasn't
this. I
hired
don't
us to assassinate anyone yet.
Don't tell me what they're going to do later. I don't need to deal with this right now.
He's like, I just take the part of it. And I don't do anything else. That's all I do.
I feel like he would be more confused if we explained to him that we spend all of our money buying some guy's garage, and then we plan to steal from a guy in order to be able to pay off the money to get a corn dog. And in the way, we found a guy who was willing to pay us to get it.
This is the most
It's not very
Cavalli.
helpful.
I'm going to steal today. After all of this, we anti-theft. We gave items back.
You guys get back in front of your place. As you do, you find that thanks to Dakar getting the little wheelbarrow and other things that were connected to the place outside, you guys have plenty of things that are just sort of random knickknacks. You have like little pots and pans and shit you can use.
Oh, perfect.
As he pulls them all over, and you see him just basically just sit on the back of the thing and cross his arms. You guys
Very
have
well.
you guys have a bit of setup time as you guys put some of the boxes onto the thing. You guys get the pot ready to get heated and all that good stuff. You start a tiny little flame, a tiny little fire.
We make a little batter.
Make a little. We'll see what happens with the little batter.
Oh,
Because Kyvelli,
this is... You boil the water like you boil bats. Okay.
Kyvelli, are you doing this? Or are you
I'm
having
doing
help?
it under law's instructions.
Law,
Yes.
do you agree to give instruction?
I will agree. However, maybe she shouldn't touch the batter because she has fur.
Kai Valley,
Fine. Give me the boar baloney gloves for a moment.
That will do.
they're fingerless.
Let's see the. Oh.
Here's another thing to think about. Would we care about that kind of thing? We don't have like gloves to put on for cooking. It's not exactly a sanitary.
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you or I or Kale do the batter, even if
What about
something
feather
gets
balls, then?
in, they will not have a fur ball in. It's the main thing.
See,
I
this
don't
is
know.
less your society thing and more law saying that isn't happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am just telling you, we're not doing that.
So what all jobs are being done here? Law, who's making the batter?
Power, do you feel like you could do the batter?
It requires a strong arm for stirring. I can do that.
Perfect. I think I should let Cavelli try the fire, but I'm scared of what that might do to her.
Kaivelli, do you wish to be in charge of dipping the hot dogs in the batter and cooking them?
Very well.
I will give Kale the most important job, sticking down the corn dogs.
I will skewer them. And Law, you are supervising.
I am supervising this.
Toledo is also supervising.
Toledo is learning as we watch.
Okay.
As Toledo's like, what is that? Is that a hot dog or is that a cold dog?
How many of your guys' rations of hot dogs are you using? One ration of hot
seems like-
dog is 6 potential corn dogs.
He seems like a big boy. We could do 2.
Okay. Are you giving anybody else any corn dogs?
Oh, true. We should do 3 then.
Okay.
3 should be enough. That is a total of
18.
18. That should be enough
12 for him,
That's a cute
and
little party platter.
the rest for everyone else.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Law.
I'm kidding.
Yes.
Is there anything special you're doing with the corn dogs? Are you just making corn dogs? Are you making little fingy corn dogs? Just cutting up the
Little
hot
fingy
dogs
corn
and like
dogs.
putting like little
And they
toothpicks
got a
in
little
'em?
bit of, and I would say, it got a little bit of honey.
A little bit of
It
honey.
gives it a light, it gives it a light little sweet twist.
Wow.
No, the Gargabees.
Can't believe
Not
we're
stone
using
honey,
Lapid.
you're demented.
Man.
Not until we've tasted it and confirmed.
Ah,
that
man,
it's
Lapid honey is so good though.
Well, we would have had to buy it from the store. We didn't collect any.
As I would like for roles from the important jobs, which is to say, first things first, Kyle is gonna roll for skewering the dogs.
skewering them
Good
down.
start.
We'll
Good
see
start.
what we have here. We'll see
I
what
just
goes
hope
down.
that, it's not
Obviously,
in-
we'll.
It is an important step.
They beat it by 8. They beat the roll by 8.
Shit,
So
we just have a fixation on sounding now. Congratulations.
we're gonna go to everybody else now. Fabio,
Yes.
as you are mixing, I would like for you to roll me for your experience. However, since Law is helping you, I will give you a +2 to your roll. Because Law's experience is a
you.
4.
Thank you.
That is a 4,
Oh,
Fabio.
That is a 4.
Four for Fabio. Let's see here. Fuck. I don't have an auto success.
You could
the
always
chat
try and
ever did
boast it to see if it'll help you.
Do you want to
If you can't
try?
beat one roll, you can beat another roll and
Do
see
you
what
want to
happens.
try to be fancy with it and boast? I will let you know
Yes.
if you fail
Oh.
this, then you will be spectacularly failing this roll.
In or nothing. All in,
I
baby.
will do it. I will
already,
use.
I already have an idea
Light.
what the fail
I
would
will
be.
add a 10 to your roll if you beat this flourishing check as you are boasting about doing this. You are trying to be fancy, whether you're trying to be a freaking entertainer with it.
Copying like the chefs he saw at the castle, probably.
Roll me for your focus.
I will roll my focus. I will also put in 2 of my little green dice, if I could put dice in this.
Sure. Let's see what your
You
little
better
green
roll
dice
good.
do. See what those
The
little
die
green-
roll is a 7. My little green dice are both H's.
Which
I
of these
rolled
is
them, they were
one?
H's.
They're both
So,
H's. That'll be
that
another
is
2.
Yeah. So 4 plus 7, that is
That is 11.
11.
11.
Do you want to put anything else in it? You have one more dice you
I
can
will-
put in this.
I will put in
You can't put those in because those are
I
before
will-
dice.
I will put in a blue die.
All right, we'll see if we can increase this by 1, 2, or 3. Reroll.
Reroll it.
Reroll. 1.
Is a +1. That'll make that 11 into a 12. Does anybody else want to use anything to this?
Let's put another blue die, baby. I call it the Ohio blue die.
Roll it.
I call it the Ohio blue die because it is a die and it is blue. It's not rolling.
That is
I'll give you a
+1.
1.
That is a 13. Fabio, you flourish a bit too much. You find
No.
that when you flip it up into the air, some of the batter does somewhat spill around. But as it spilled, it seemed to only get on your wings. So no one seemed to notice and just clapped as most of it
Easy.
landed back into the pot.
Easy.
I'm just thinking if Fabio failed, they would not understand the assignment and start using their wings and getting feathers all in it.
Fabio, as this has happened, is there anything you'd like to do because of this? Do you want to hide your wings behind you that now have a bit of batter on them?
Yes. He will hide.
Fabio, but that's a lie, though. Fabio, you're lying to them.
Hang on.
Oh,
Hang on, I gotta roll
God.
for this. I gotta roll. I will see how I feel after this roll.
Oh, yeah, you would never lie to your friends about batter. You'd never be cringe.
Ooh. He is very embarrassed about his fuck up and he hides his wings.
Good.
And then thus is lying.
You have to live with that later. You have to live with that later, Fabio.
I know.
Cabelli,
Is it time for me to screw everything up?
you take
Yeah.
the skewered hot
I already
dogs. You put them in the definitely enough batter.
There's usually
I
like
already know.
extra
Yeah, there's
batter.
usually
If
extra
I
batter.
fail, it's Cavelli not understanding oil. If I pass, it's Cavelli surprisingly knowing about oil.
Cabelli,
Yeah.
I would like for you to roll me for your instinct.
All right, which one's my instinct?
Because
Okay.
you are having
what?
to cook these and you have to use pure understanding and instinct to bring them out at the correct cooked time.
I'm going to put an Unity dice.
And a woo.
Ooh, needy. Ooh.
Roll the woo. Oh,
0.
Cavelli, that is an 11. Is there anything else getting added to this roll, Cavelli? The only things you can add at this point are the blue dice.
I will give
Sure,
you a
let's
You
do
can
that,
only
Colin.
add 2 because you already
Let's
added
throw
1
in
Can
dice.
add
dice.
2.
Putting 2 in.
And 1 for safekeeping.
1 for safekeeping.
Roll those 2, Kaivelli. Plus
Okay.
3 and plus 3 is a plus 6.
Whatever.
I love these blue dice. Honestly, they're great.
That is a 17. Kaivelli. You get. Hold on, let me see. Let me see if it's here. Hold on. Hold on.
Computer.
I need to see if something's here.
Computer.
Nope. Nope. Where's it at? Hold on.
There's some real heavy-handed shit going on in the other games.
Hold on.
Good to know in this one we're just having the hardest time cooking a corn dog.
Hold on. Hold on.
It's because none of us is a dedicated chef. Fine, maybe Dark 3, I'll make a chef-y character who doesn't play recipes.
Did anyone hear that?
Were you able to hear that, Emerald?
What happened? I
You didn't hear it, Emerald?
thought I heard something. What did it say?
Oh no, I was just wanting to know if you heard the song, because you said before you were
Oh.
having problems with Yoimibot sometimes.
I thought I was hearing her today. I think I heard it.
You hear it now?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It does stop there, however. There's no so tasty because you didn't get it perfect.
Out there.
As you do pull them out, they are mostly golden. They seem to have a good nice outside to them. You might have pulled them out slightly too soon, but they are perfectly good. They are perfectly fine. And you get a good number of them, and you are, because of your 17, able to use up even the last little bits of the batter that was used, because for some reason there wasn't nearly enough batter as you thought there was gonna be, but luckily there was just enough.
this will do nicely.
As you all make your 18 corn dogs, and at the very end of it, Law brushes some honey on the outside of them.
It will give it a nice twist.
Ah, I need to thank you. And also apologize.
Is that so?
Sorry I doubted the bug thing. It was rude of me. Just because you were an out-of-worlder didn't mean you didn't have knowledge. You speak our language after all. I should have assumed we had something similar.
Yeah, at
Are
first I thought you were
doing-
weird for eating bugs, but then I was told that we also kind of do that, and I feel bad for thinking you were weird.
That's fine.
Thank you
It's
weird for that. Oh,
I was thinking y'all are playing a joke on me about bugs in the ocean. I've been tricked before by things.
no, those were real, but no, that's fine, Cabelli. That's fine, Kyle. It's
You see Toledo put their hand on your shoulder, Law, and they are nodding as if they're also apologizing.
you too.
I know
Did you also
don't
think
believe
there
me
were some
about-
sort of not bug?
Nods.
That's alright, Toledo. I forgive you.
Cavelli, he only forgave Toledo.
I forgive about you too. It's fine.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought it was. It's alright.
Never mind, Cavelli. He forgave all of us.
I can still hear you.
Law. I know it's hard to trust me, and believe me, I know. I'm worried about your cloak. I don't want you to be affected by whatever that... I know we're both poor, but come on, man. You gotta
Is
tell
this about the thing you were talking about before, Kamali?
Yes. That's that.
Ah, that was me playing a trick on you, Kamali. Was I not clear to distract you from stealing? I lied to you.
So you do like to lie. Ooh.
I lie when I have to. I lie when I have to.
You just see Hal coming back with a new brush. You're like, oh, hey, Kevin. All right. Okay, I'll just go.
She keeps having life-changing interactions with people, I think.
As you all hear a scream from an alleyway.
Like that one girl from that one story that keeps coming out as being lesbian to people.
Are these the corn dogs?
These are the corn dogs, yes.
I forgive you.
So,
These are pretty good, actually.
how are you
Yeah, they're very good.
Are you going to just sit here and eat them with him, or are you going to take some with you and go somewhere else?
Is this a presentation, or do we have to move to somewhere? But I'm not sure how. Do you actually intend this to be a date? I'm not.
I don't know. We gotta find me, or we gotta find him. We didn't really establish that well.
Because this is EO's date, I guess I can let you use some of my table finery. You see him reach into a bag and pull out what appear to be a couple of silver plates.
That is so thoughtful of you.
Yes, this will definitely make them feel bad enough to reveal more about themselves.
We could set you a table if you would like. It's not quite fancy, but.
Would you like some chateau?
Oh yes, that'll bring the guilt.
They pull out a bottle of Chateau Romani, a what appears to be to you, Law, some kind of an alcoholic milk.
I mean, oh, that's fancy.
Thing.
Nice.
Does Law have Zelda in his world?
I think it's like, that's familiar, but I can't quite place it.
Look, even people who play Zelda don't know it's from. Even people who play Zelda don't know what Chateau Romani is from, according to like all of my comments I ever get about it.
No.
Yeah, it's just like, this looks familiar. I just don't know where it's from.
No, they didn't know what Chateau. You're telling me that it's not normal to play a randomizer of Majora's Mask every like month?
Dude, I think it was like in Zelda, like somewhere in the 40s or something. I can't remember. But like whenever I first brought up Chateau and everybody started laughing, there was just like apparently people who were just like, why are people laughing? What's what's this? What's so funny? It's like, you're watching a Zelda game. What do you mean?
I will say, Chateau Romani hasn't really returned to the series in a while.
Nope.
When you think about it.
I mean,
Should.
I put Chateau in literally every single game I have.
I know.
It's been in every one of them, I think.
I meant like literally Zelda games.
I understand why they wouldn't bring the effect back, because without the time travel aspect, infinite mana is kind of broken as shit.
You know what else?
It
You know what?
only works
Oh, I just thought of a thing now that we're bringing things up.
We should have been able to make it in Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. We should have just been able to make it.
I just thought of a thing, and we're gonna do it anyway. As they put on their new cart slash fucking boxes slash whatever the tent area thing, because it's like they just took this here. This thing is theirs now. They set up they use the magics of their grimoire. They begin to set up like a lot of the different things around. There's a tent over top of it. As they do, they put the chateau down. There are 2 smaller boxes for seats. Now all you have to do is
That was
bring
very
Eo
nice.
here. And once Eo is here and eating, you will show him just how good of a cook you are.
Yes. Hold on with this voice. All right.
Yes,
There
he will
we
like
go.
that.
This is a lot better for the throat.
I wish you good luck.
Well, as
Takes
they
another
would
corn
say
dog.
in my world, go get him, tiger.
Speaking of
I
going
will
and getting
reveal
them,
everything.
we should make ourselves scarce.
Right.
It's true.
Yes.
I will.
If there's a crowd of people, they would be less likely to reveal their secrets.
1 second. They make their way over to Hall. Hey. Yeah. Flicks another couple of glass at him. Treat them well. What? I guess I'm serving you.
Guess you are. You do kind of have that air.
I guess I'm serving you.
Incredible. Congratulations on the new job, on the new serving job.
I think Belly's entire character is misunderstanding. There's nothing else that's happened.
Cavelli, do you want to go try to find Monkey-O?
Very well.
The rest of you, are you gonna make yourself scarce?
We shall make ourselves scarce.
You guys follow after as you catch up finally with the car. All of you are shown some other places in the city. You guys are shown some of the other things. You guys are able to see the stables, the general store, all that good stuff. You find that if there's anything you need, he would go and attempt to help you get it, including the fact he did stop at the general store for some extra fire crag, so that you guys can perform any kind of cooking you need on the go.
Now we can cook. Instead of just eating raw hot dogs the whole time.
I do like
As you guys go off with him and help him gain things like that, Cavelli, you would make your way back toward the guild area as you see Monkey-O stepping down a small sack of coin in his hand as he's marching downward.
Right now, in Cavelli's mind, they're feeling very smug. They got this. They made an exotic dish. They're
hold
gonna
on.
reveal all their secrets, find out their true nature. So
Yeah,
she's
can we get
got
something
a
more
smug look
appropriate?
to her, which Monkey-O just sees as a smile. To save on her throat, she's going to slowly motion to follow her. And then turn around. You know, to see what her
Yeah, obviously.
Where are you on your way to give him a turtle boner?
What do you mean?
Hold on, I'm gonna do a thing real quick. I noticed we don't have one in the room.
It's because she yelled very hard because you did the piss piss piss.
I noticed we don't have one of them in the room. Give me 1 moment. I'll steal it from a different room.
I didn't mean for that to be a plot point for her, but it's so great.
This game is so unserious. There's missing children.
There's children in a hole.
There's children in a hole somewhere, and we're taking a
Timmy's
detour to
literally in a
retrieve-
well.
Timmy's in the well, dude.
Give me a second. There we go.
Oh my
I
god.
also would like to say at some point during all of this looking around the city, Fabio will try to find a time to go and wash off his wings of the batter.
Now what's going on back there?
Like, secretly.
It looks like you're kind of sticky.
Fine, nothing happened.
All right.
If you say so.
No. I wouldn't say that, no. Capelli, go away, go find the
As you
man.
say this to Eo, they do seem to follow a smile on their face. Bark! Bark, barky, bark, bark, bark! Bark, 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 bark! Bark, 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 bark! Bark, 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 bark! Bark, 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 bark! Bark, bark! Shut up! Come here! What if I barked at you? You'd shut up. Get up here.
These are flirting noises.
Get up here. Get up here. Come on. Come on. No more of that, okay? All right. Anyway. Sorry for barking at my dog. You guys make your way back. As you do, you see what appears to be Hall putting a candle on the top of the area. He brings out a couple of glasses near the chateau, which he's holding in his hands as you approach, and EO is following after. Hold on, let me get you better music.
I'm sure. Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm just gonna get you this. Maybe this. Maybe this. That's fine.
I'm sure everything will be to your liking.
Okay. Good to know.
Come this way.
Hello. I will be your waiter today. I have your you just see him like look to a paper he has. Here you go. Hands over a piece of paper to each of you that just says corn dog on it.
Corn dog.
Can I ask what you would like? I guess I will have the corn dog.
Cavelli, who can't read, will have what he's having. Doesn't even look at the menu. Obviously in a flirtatious way, not in a I can't read this shit way.
Takes the two pieces of paper and just walks off.
I just needed to make like the most immaculate handwriting, and this is like in cursive letter, corn dog.
He walks off to the back of the Pardivan and then just walks back with corn dogs in hand as he places a plate of corn dogs in front of the two of you.
As you can see, it's out of this world.
I've never seen anything quite like it.
But it's here in front of you.
I'll leave. I'll go over here. Let me know if you need any chateau. You see him take a bite of the corn dog as he does. Oh, this is quite nice. You said you made this?
Yes, a bit of help, but
Well, we all need help every now and then.
we made this especially for you.
Okay.
In her mind, heh, the guard's down. Now I ask the question. So, mind telling me about yourself?
Oh my fucking god!
Well, I am a bit of an open book, but it is a pretty long novel. I'm certain you wouldn't want to just hear about me all night. What about yourself?
Why don't you read your book to me a little bit? Just a few passages.
Well, I was born here in the circle. My tribe, nomadic as they were, settled in this place before I was born. And most of them have already left this place by this point. But I just couldn't find it in myself to leave my home.
Zero. Sorry.
As small as it is still my childhood home, so I've been trying to make sure to have some upkeep and As long as I can still be here in the circle, I want that place to still be standing.
So you've been here all your life?
Just about. I've traveled all over the continent, but never wanted to leave for too long.
I've never heard of that. Roots aren't really something I've known.
Where are you from?
Well, thing where I'm from is a bit hard for me to point to. Are you asking where I was when I was 4, 5, 6? The answer's always gonna be different.
Where is it that you feel you can call home?
She just kind of stops for a moment. Kind of looks to the cart. I guess right here. Right now.
Oh. That is a adventurous spirit you have. You and your friends that close?
Oh, not that close. We only met recently. They haven't stabbed me in the back yet, except one of them, but I think they meant it honestly as a joke, so I'm not gonna put it too much against them. But enough about that. How did you get as strong as you are?
Well, I've always been a rather tall and rather large boy. Whenever I was trained in battle, I kept finding that it was difficult for me to want to use too many styles of fight that show weapons, rather large or small. My fists usually seem to be the best thing that I could do, so through leg and arm, I found that my calling eventually made myself my weapon.
Here, I thought you were just showing off.
I was doing
actually
that
did-
as well. I enjoy helping. So whenever I saw all of you fighting those lapids, I felt the need to intervene, though from what I saw, you all, well, most likely would have been fine without me.
Say you just want to help. Come on, there has to be a bit more than that.
There's always more. More to the book. But I have to keep some things to myself. Everyone has secrets, right?
True, true.
How about this? They take their empty glass of Chateau and they look to you. Until the two of us drink down a glass of this Chateau, we can ask one question of each other, one after another. And as long as we ask a question, we must provide an answer as well.
So we both benefit from this little duel. Alright then.
That isn't it. I know that this might go without saying, but we have to be as truthful as we feel able. And if we ever want to stop, well, we just end the game. You see him tip the glass over as if emptying it all. Sound good?
Very well. You're on.
My good man. The chateau, if you please. Hall makes his way over, looks to the two of you. If you're ready for it. Pours a glass for you, Kaivelli, and then a glass for EO. Before looking at it and just taking it over to the back. Why don't you go first, since I offered? You ask a question, and I will provide an answer as truthfully as I feel able. And again, at any time we can end it just by drinking down what's remaining in our glass.
Very well. Let's see. Don't want to go for that question yet, so let's start lighter. Keep coming back here. Are you sure there wasn't a time in your life, even for a small amount of time, where you wanted to leave?
Oh yes, actually. There have been a couple of times when I've left the city and I found a nice place or another, but there is a small town off to the north that caught my eye. Whenever I was going around there through my monastic training, I found I guess you'd call it a temple upon a mountain. It was there that I was truly humbled by another master of my type of martial fighting. They were able to defeat me rather easily. So, I feel that they're my yardstick. One day I'd like to make my way back there and fight against them. There was actually a time that I hoped that maybe I would just stay there until I would finally do it. But after a few weeks of staying in those mountains and in the small town that lay at the base of them, I got homesick. So I decided that that monk upon that mountain, I would return to them one day and show them my stuff.
Don't mean the mountain to the southwest of here, do you?
Oh, no. I was very much to the north. Almost as far northwest as you can go.
Don't think I've...
You see him... Oh my god, you stupid dog! Shut up! Fucking
The car didn't
howling.
finish the job.
Fucking howling. I had to beat you up. I had to lock you in the bathroom.
Bathroom locked. Baby jail.
You're about to go to baby jail.
You don't want to go to baby jail, do you?
You see him pull out a small note. As he does, you see him scribble upon it and turn it to you. It seems to be a crude drawing of the map of the continent. He shows you. Let's see. I'll mark it in a random color. I believe you'll find that monastic temple about here in the mountains.
I don't think I've been
Right here.
there.
Right below the frog's eye. Bam, bam, bam.
Maybe I have. I didn't really chart all the locations I went to when I was younger, that's for sure.
Speaking of which, it's my turn to ask a question.
Alright.
You sound as if you've had a difficult life. But has there ever been a place that you felt that you visited that is nice? A place that you thought was beautiful? A place that you truly liked being around, even if it just was for a fleeting moment?
That's a good question. I haven't really felt what you call homesickness. I guess there's one thing I've kinda liked in terms of I like seeing a lot of the time.
That would be?
Something about that ocean. I don't know, every time I go to the shore, look out at that ocean. I think for someone that travels, wanting to see even more is like, well, you're seeing more every day, right?
The ocean, huh? That might just be perfect then.
Oh yeah?
Well, as I showed you, that place that I marked there, it's pretty off to the northeast or the northwest of the continent. It just so happens to be near an extremely beautiful port city, one that has famous beaches. And from what I saw whenever I was there, sprawled out in front of you a near endless sea. Maybe I can show you one day.
I don't know. You say a sprawling city, and I'll be honest, those scare me more than the smaller cities.
The area that I would like to go would be less the city and more the beach.
Even still, it's hard not to fear that in that moment I look at the beach again. A moment of weakness. Just don't want to have that moment again because we have no senses. Feeling I get, that's when they could strike most. When you're happiest, that's when the really get their claws in, you know?
So you're... Oh. Is it my turn to ask a question?
I don't think I asked my next one.
Go ahead. But I think from what you just said, I know what I want to ask.
Well, first I want to know. I just want to know. Why would you? Ask you just a couple of people that just don't even know. We just came to the city. We could have been bandits for all you knew. There was something else, wasn't there?
I'm confident in myself. If you were bandits, well, that doesn't stop the fact that you were being accosted, does it not? Even if you were brigands, you weren't doing anything to me. You're being attacked. And I'm confident in myself that I can defend myself from brigands. But even so, if you couldn't have taken care of yourself, and I refuse to make my way over an act, then it feels like that would be my fault, wouldn't it? If you were to have perished at that point, then I would be the one at fault. And if we want to go even further into it, he takes a big drink of the chateau. Maybe, as I mentioned before, my book being as large as I believe it is, if you want to find some kind of selfish notion to it, maybe I'm just tired of some people seeing me as a villain. So if I see something like that in front of me, I'd rather do the heroic thing than the villainous.
Hard to believe people would think you the villain. You play up the good boy act so well that even Fabio would seem like you two would get along.
I believe I get along with a lot of people.
Cavelli's starting to have blushes under her eyes a bit. She has low tolerance of alcohol.
So you could
This
say
shit is too funny.
So you could say it is a selfish thing. You could say that I'm just tired. Maybe because of that, I put myself in situations like that. But in the end, it is for me. I don't think that if I look at it at the best of times, I don't think that I could stand the idea of not helping. And if I look at it at the worst, it's mostly just me trying to make sure that I know where I stand.
I guess that makes sense.
I
remember when... yeah, you first.
Continue.
I remember when I had that whole everyone sees me as the villain thing. And it kinda was. I don't really start that way, but it kinda resulted in it. For me, it was just, well, if they want a villain, I might as well just do whatever I want, because what are they gonna do? Shun me more?
We deal with things differently, but the core reason's the same. Cavelli,
You had your question.
my question comes from what you were talking about before. You find that danger is around every corner. As soon as you get comfortable, as soon as you start liking something, you feel that that's when something is going to strike. If I were to find you in a position where you were able to trust me, or you were able to trust the ones who are with you now to watch your back, if we were to find a time that you were able to trust someone else to watch your back and let you be vulnerable, just so you can see the ocean, would you then let me take you to the ocean?
That'd be a high order to ask. I just met everyone. And I don't know. Yeah, get your heart broken one too many times. It's hard to promise I'll feel vulnerable again.
I'm not asking you to promise to feel vulnerable again. I'm asking that if you do, if you are able to trust me, or if you are able to trust those who are with us enough that you feel you can be vulnerable, will you go to the beach with me? If you never get to that point, then we don't have to go.
Just to the beach? Get me that vulnerable, you're getting more than the beach, buddy.
We're getting the bush.
Yeah, yeah, like, challenge accepted. Sure. I don't see it happening, but, you know, it'd be nice if it happened.
Like I said, you do not have to promise for it to happen, but if it ever does, keep me in mind.
Sure. The day I stop seeing bears in my eyes at night, maybe that'll be the day.
Do you have any more questions?
How long have you done this whole thing? Like,
Been an adventurer?
oh no, the whole heroic act. If people thought you were a villain, then you must have been scary, because the way I look at you, there's no way in hell I'd think you were a villain by looks. Right now, I'm doing everything in my power to make sure I don't trust this, what I'm seeing here. Because you look good.
I do.
Yeah, you look very good.
If you don't see a villain in front of you, then what do you see?
A villain in hiding, because there has to be something. I can't be that good, and I'm gonna find out. The corn dogs didn't work fully, but I'm getting closer.
Well, it seems like he looks to his chateau, looks back to you. I'm not able to give you an answer that I think will satisfy you. So that seems like it's my loss. He chugs down the rest of the chateau.
Banger, banger, banger.
As he does, he looks at you, looks to the rest of your chateau, and before you grab it, he will grab it and drink it down.
It's a real big boy's amount of
Hey,
chateau.
what gives?
You seem to have a bit of a problem with this kind of drink.
Oh, no, I don't. Okay, hold up. Why do you think I have a problem, first of all? I could be lying and putting you off your guard.
Consider me unguarded.
Oh yeah, you're unguarded, right.
This has been a lovely date.
Veli gets up.
And you're right.
That's so unguarded that you're not gonna swat me away when I do this. As she puts her hand on his arm.
He just looks to the arm, looks to you.
Hello?
Why aren't you swatting me away?
Like I said, unguarded.
You should be guarded around me. I'm not a good person.
Like I said, I'm confident in myself. Maybe that confidence will kill me one day. But I don't think it will tonight.
I'm starting to actually believe you have confidence in yourself. I guess it's like the homesickness. Not something I'm used to.
From what I saw out there, he puts a hand on your hand, which is on his arm.
Hello.
I think you should be a lot more confident.
How do you do it?
The game's over, Kaivelli. Maybe next time we can answer some more questions. But for now, He looks over to the corn dogs. I believe I've been defeated by your cooking.
How?
It was quite good. It's better than I could have made.
Where's that self-confidence? I bet you could make better.
Oh, that's where the next challenge comes in. Next time, if you want to accept my challenge, I'll be making something for you.
Of course I'll accept your challenge. After this, you're probably going to want to stay away from me anyway, so if we do see each other again, it's your turn.
That depends. Where are you going in the circle?
Oh, we're going to the tower.
Well, we'll see if we can find a good place to meet up for our second date challenge.
Sure.
I got that gerbil money. I can go get us some blue milk.
He found the gerbil.
He did it!
Hey, before you go,
Yeah?
if you're not swatting me away, can
Do you want to sit here with me until your friends come back?
looks to the tent, sees there's no one. Know that he's there. If anything happens to me, people know, so knowing that, you think it could be held for just a few moments?
He reaches over and goes to scoop you up.
Belly starts tearing up.
As he does, he gets off of the box that he's sitting on and just sort of sits down near all the other appliances and everything like that. Just kind of sits where the flames from the stove are still lighting everything up from.
The plan backfired.
Hmm?
You won this one.
I've already admitted defeat. Now you're admitting defeat as well?
Fine, it'll be a draw.
He puts one of his hands up since he's holding you basically in one arm. And as he does, he attempts to pat on head.
Veli's just gonna be a bit of a sad mess that hasn't been touched for years.
Okay.
Till the tiebreaker then.
Oh, the tiebreaker.
He leans back against the Pardovan, and for as long as you will sit and allow, he will hold on to you.
And they are there for a long time.
The stove somewhat eventually calms, the heat from the inside of it dispersing somewhat, but as eventually it gets more and more into the night, your allies do eventually return.
We didn't find the prostitute for Hall, sorry.
They return. Cavelli's gonna pretend that she wasn't just tugging for hours.
As they approach, he will sit you off to the side just beside of him. Looking over to you with a bit of a wink.
It's a one-time thing. It's not gonna happen again.
Oh, you're too late. I already ate all the corn dogs.
We made quite a couple. I suppose you were quite hungry.
I had one before I left, but then I felt like I should have had another.
They do give that kind of feeling. As you eat them, it's hard to stop.
Luckily for me, I had more than my share. Because I'm paying all of you, I can get inside of here, right? He says, getting inside of there. Excuse me.
Yes, I don't see why not.
Excuse me, you hear another flicking of coins coming from the inside. Ah!
He is waking quite the cash right now.
Be sure to wake
sorry,
me. Be sure to wake me up at a good hour. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so confused about the whole situation. I love it.
Don't forget about the challenge later.
Oh, definitely not. Next, it'll be my turn for battle.
Very well.
He goes to stand up. Oh, I heard all of you were going to the tower.
That is so.
Well, be careful. That place is odd. But I'm sure that all of you can handle it.
We've heard a little so far of how we should handle it, but there are still things that we don't quite understand. Suppose we'll find them when the time comes.
I'm gonna be making my way off to the east. Eventually, I might make my way down to the southern bridge. If I'm around there when you guys are, perhaps we can have our battle then. Looks over to Cavelli.
Very well.
Till then.
Till then.
Goodbye, Monkey Isle. Yo.
Looks over to you, Fabio. Gives a thumbs up. Sort of gets closer. I found that gerbil. And then he kept going. And then he keeps going. That's like absolutely proud of himself.
Strides out with swagger.
Are we sure he
Pats
found that?
his shoulder.
Are we sure he found the gerbil, or do you think he found a new gerbil that was being set up? I don't know.
I suppose we'll never know. The cycle of gerbil keeps on gerbling.
Oh, I don't
Just
have
so
any
you-
coins to flick at you, so I'm just gonna go in.
Just so you know, by the way, dirt got in my eye. I accidentally tripped while we were fighting.
Of course, it happens all the time. Are you alright? You didn't get hurt from battling, did you? More than the
Just the
expected.
dirt that got in my eye.
I see.
Can't believe them.
What?
They
Before
had
you were
to do the
battling?
challenge again. They're just not opening up. They're acting like they're a good guy.
So what? You got no information from this man?
Now you're interested. What, are you gonna piss it off? Sorry.
I'm sorry if that upset you. That is so quite.
Really?
I did not think it would be so alarming. I'm sorry.
I know you meant it as a joke, but it really was... It was hard.
I won't do it again. If that helps.
So, the cloak's innocent?
The cloak is just Toledo still.
And
I
so,
would not say innocent is more as morally neutral so far.
Toledo, have a glass.
Toledo's already inside. You like hold out like a thing for Toledo. Toledo isn't there. You fuck.
I was gonna give this coin to Toledo to apologize, so you give it to them, so they apparently give it to you.
Yeah, of course.
Have you felt homesick, by the way?
Homesick. Quite, actually. It's hard not to see home as you travel. There's always things that look similar, that remind you of other things.
It's like being homesick.
Isn't what it feels like?
Restless. A little bit of longing for the familiar. Something like that.
Guess I did lie then.
That you lied?
I'm gonna go scout out.
You're going to go what now?
Pretend to sleep, but scout out.
Roll me
I
resistance
usually do.
as you stand up.
You look very drunk.
Alright, where's the tower? There it is.
With a 13, you do feel as you go to stand up that you feel very tired after exerting the energy to stand up. You feel like you could go off somewhere, but you also feel like you could also lay down and sleep the entire night away.
Oh, what are you standing in my sleeping area for? Go to bed. She just flops down there.
I think you would benefit. Oh, there you go. From being inside the caravan for once. Instead of sleeping on the floor or as far away from everyone else as possible. Oh, she's passed out.
Yeah, that is a passed out woman right there.
Fabio, bring her into the Pardivan.
Will do.
Oh no, I'm pretending to sleep.
Fabio, bring her into the part of it.
He brings her into the part of him.
No, you can't talk. You're asleep.
She doesn't really fight because she can't. And then
'Cause
starts
she's
thinking
asleep.
of
I thought you were saying you're asleep. Keep sleeping.
the feeling of longing of familiarity. And then thinks about the hug. I guess I did get homesick.
You guys pile yourself into the Pardivan. There's a steady sound outside of cleaning up as Hal seems to be putting things away inside of the boxes and things that are out here. You find that he is also potentially bringing things over to the horses, doing things of that nature, but he does eventually also get up to the front of the caravan, and unlike usually, you see him step in from the top, from the front of it, and get into the actual caravan part of it before shutting the front as well. Hall has decided that he is going to sleep inside the caravan from now on.
Yay!
Yeah, baby. Woo.
Yay, ooh,
After
yay.
securing the horses and all that, blah, 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 blah.
He's gained civil rights. It only meant him being throwing coins out all day.
Oh, you're here doing your job here, Flick. Fucking, all right.
It's technically not
Have a
his
good
job.
sleep, Flick.
Have a good
It's not a
sleep,
job,
Flick.
but just- oh, okay, fine.
As I think, with everybody getting themselves ready to rest, and with the cold night going through, I think we're gonna end things off there for the night. You guys have attained a new friend, a new member of
Also
your
a new boss.
traveling troupe.
Also
And
a new boss.
Yeah, I'm paying you. I'm your boss now. You guys have potentially set up a future encounter with Monkey O, I think that as everybody is getting themselves ready to rest up, we will come back to this with all of you awakening, maybe starting to head your way down to the south to go toward where the temple, or not temple, toward the tower is, so you can obtain those holy relics from the Templars, as well as potentially steal a kid or whatever else you're doing down there. And I'm sure it's going to be just a nice and quick in and out, and everything.
Wait a
will be
minute, did he
fine.
say date?
Till next time, like always, later days.
Bye.